Let his hair
No,
go.
it's not.
Bam. Bam, we're live.
Bam, we're live.
Good morning. Souza, Andrew
Good
Hill,
morning.
Caleb. I don't normally drink sparkling water on the show, but I think I made my coffee too strong, and I fasted yesterday. So I think I'm vibrating a little bit.
You know what's weird for me is I keep on looking at you because you're talking over there, but the computer's right here.
You can do that. You have the options to look at me in reality or in virtual.
As you drink your sparkling water in real time.
It's funny because last time he was going on a rant, I was like listening and just like, yeah. Then somebody was like, "What happened to Souza? Did he stroke out?" And when I looked at the screen, I was just like,
Hey, how's our audio? Because he has a mic just right over there. It's not echoing or anything.
"No, it sounds good."
Should I get
Sounds
closer?
good.
I've never worn one with the mic right in front of my mouth.
The closer, the better.
I'm ready to fly a spaceship.
Like
Tom Cruise and Top Gun.
Let me see if you put it closer. What it sounds like. Can you smush it even closer?
I can get anything closer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is better. Okay.
Yeah. And then talk deeper too.
Your boys go, he sounds different in person. So I wonder if they'll watch this and go, that's why his mic fucking sucks. They leave out one word of those.
If they did know that would be awesome. I want to show you guys something. I want to start the morning off just coming in hot. I want to show you number 152. Someone sent me this yesterday to show that both parties were equally clowns, the Republicans and the Democrats. And this is a Republican, I guess, advertisement. And you can see that there's the Republican elephant. And then down, sorry, Caleb, I'm putting you behind the phone number.
I was like, "Wait a minute, am I controlling this, Caleb, or are you?" I think we both brought the same screen.
It's yours.
Shoot!
No, come on.
Hang tight. Relax.
Caleb will do it. You cool doing it, Caleb?
Yeah, I can do it.
All right, there we go.
So that elephant right there, that's like some Republican, that's like some advertisement for some Republican gathering supposedly, and this lady's posting it to show that how bad the Republicans are, because if you look between the elephant's legs, you'll see that those are, I guess, KKK masks.
Oh shit! I didn't see
Come
that
on
first.
now.
So
I mean, it's not funny, but like, how do you see that?
I don't know how you see that. The same way you see Tia doing no. So
Oh, you can draw the comparisons, but I can't.
So I just it's just crazy. So let's say let's say on some level everyone is racist. Let's say if I ask you, you base things on racism. If I ask you what ethnicity do you think my gardener is, and you say he's Mexican. Well, if you live in California, that's just using discrimination, not with a negative connotation, but just everywhere you look, there's trucks around with lawnmowers in the back, and it's almost always Mexican dudes. It's just the occupation. My dad's from the Middle East. Guess what kind of business he opened when he came to the United States? A liquor store. Is that discrimination? What are you laughing at, Hiller?
I was going to guess that. If I was going to cut you off, that's what I would have said.
So there are these if you're a Jew and you came from the Warsaw Ghetto at the turn of the century, you were in textiles or clothing business. It just happens to be what those people are doing. This is not. There's nothing wrong with this. Our Greeks eat baklava. Japanese people eat rice.
What's with the little dots between their legs? Why do they have to add those? They don't seem necessary.
Well, right. I mean, so someone is saying that was made. So, but look at this. You have some outlier fucking Republicans who are maybe racist or who are maybe discriminate or who are prejudiced on some level. But don't forget what the other party is doing. They're the party that supports abortion, which is 1 out of every 3 black babies that would have been born is aborted. They're the ones that have had the mayors of all the cities, the Democrats of all the cities, Philly, LA, San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York, where all the fucking crazy bad shit is happening. Guess who started the KKK? Not the Republicans. Guess who voted against the Civil Rights Act? Not the Republicans.
You're telling me Democrats started the KKK?
And Abraham Lincoln.
Can you back that up?
Yeah, for 100%. And the Democrats and anyone can look it up. And Abraham Lincoln was a fucking Republican.
Okay.
Al Gore's dad voted against the Civil Rights Act. Oh, but Sevi, those were Southern Democrats. They're different. No, they're not. No, they're not. So don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I'm not defending the Republicans, but don't get it twisted. If you are against racism and you have to choose between one of the two parties, you do not. And you do not. The oppressor is the Democrats by far.
I think they're both the enemy of the people.
Fair. And if you really want to get crazy, just spend 15 minutes and look into the origins of Planned Parenthood. Just no tinfoil hat shit. Look up the lady who started it and look why they started Planned Parenthood.
You know, most people can't accept that we're all hypocrites.
You would be fucking shocked if you found out why Planned Parenthood was started. It has nothing to do with women's rights. It has to do with killing people. It's not hidden. It's not even hidden. If you just dig a little bit, you'll see that Planned Parenthood's actually thinking about coming clean about it too.
Can we get a source?
You just type in Margaret Sanger or whatever the lady's name in, and just start looking around and pick. And if you want, just pick all the liberal. That's what I do. Is I always pick all the liberal news outlets so that I'm not biased. So if I wanted to study on George Floyd or something, I just go and study. I would pick like CNN, New York Times, all that shit. And then just start using a little bit of discernment.
Do you get angry when you do that? How do you feel as you read those things?
No, I get it. My life's too good to get angry, but I get passionate. I get passionate.
That's a good way to put it.
I get passionate. It's kind of like CrossFit, right? There's no way everyone's ever going to do it.
I would agree.
There's just no way. No
matter how much you'd like them to, you can't push them into it.
No, if you want if you want to help, it's for people who want to help themselves.
I just made a video on that.
You did?
Well, not in particular, but it's more or less give the people what they want video. Like you can try to edge them into it the best you can, but they're not really ever going to listen.
Look at either Susan or Caleb's trying to prove me wrong. That's why this is such a great show. Sanger felt that in order for women to have a more equal footing in society and to lead to healthier lives, they needed to be able to determine when to bear children. Fair. Totally fair. Totally fair.
I wasn't necessarily trying to prove you wrong. I just found that interesting.
Totally fair.
Push back.
All you have to do, ladies, is not sit on an erect cock. But Sevan, what about people who get raped? Well, yeah, that's the 0.00000000001%.
Sevan's favorite argument. Only that many people were affected.
Go ahead, keep digging, keep digging. Who is she? Which babies was she trying to get rid of? Keep digging, Caleb. Find it for me. Find it.
Dig.
Find it. We are in Newport Beach. Hiller and I. We met with the owner of California Hormones, and yesterday Hiller got to take a tour of the labs.
That was cool.
Is that a spacecraft?
The space is awesome.
Space is.
Well, yeah, there's 3, I believe, and we went into 2 of them yesterday. I went into 2 of them. You into 1 of them.
Easy, buddy. Don't big dick me in my own. You're in my condo. Don't big dick me in my own.
Wait, was it the same ones that we saw from before? Or are they different?
No, I went to a new one that was so nice.
Cool. Susan, which one did you see? Which one?
I can't remember.
How big was it? Large or not so large, but kind of large?
We went to a huge one with all the machines.
That's the one I was at. Well, I mean, so you've been to them anyway.
Yeah,
I'm not big dick and shit.
Yeah, we did.
We've all been to the same
with
place.
The really cold refrigerator.
You big dick me on accident.
Wait a minute. They had like 30 big refrigerators, all which said, "Don't put food in here. That's not what it's for." And I thought, like, okay, good. They're idiot proof in the place. It's a good step.
You have your tuna sandwich next to just a vat of semen samples.
Yep.
You would not be surprised how many people put their food in medical refrigerators.
Oh, Jesus.
You have no idea.
That's called a contaminated supplement.
You want to? Yeah. Hey, some people put sandwiches next to the vaccine. So, hey.
Can they fix Hiller's elbow?
You could be getting anthrax. You could be getting salami on rye.
So these people at California Hormones, they're the one that bought the 1,000 T-shirts and then gave them away for free at the CrossFit Games that said CEO on the front, which was crazy nice. And then we were at lunch yesterday. She's like, "Where's my shirt?" And she had asked me, "Whatever you do, save me a shirt." I fucked that all up. Can you imagine?
Perfect. I got one. I got one right here. I'll bring it.
Travis is in the chat.
Hey, so
she is a small or a medium.
Yeah, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to order, Travis is going to put in a whole, and I want one of those shirts too, because I like the way the gold is on those CEO shirts. So we're going to put in an order of those shirts. that we had at the CrossFit Games that say CEO and then California Hormones on the back, and we're going to put them on Vindicate. And we'll sell those. Will be sold cheaper than the other shirts, I think. We need to talk to Travis about it, but it'll be the last final run of those CEO shirts, and they're cool because if I don't particularly like stuff on the sleeve, this says the Sevan Podcast. These ones don't say that. It's just the logo, and it's pretty dope.
It's a nice gold too.
Yeah, it's cool. Yesterday, both Hiller and I were wearing our black CEO shirts.
Yeah, I had the California Hormones on the back.
You guys are such dorks.
It was pretty dorky.
Matchy.
It was pretty dorky, but I like it. It's like a challenge.
I wanted nothing more than Sevan to come work out with me yesterday with our matching T-shirts.
Hey, and listen,
yank him out of the freaking condo house we're in.
We're in the most pretentious town everywhere too, where like everyone's like assessing like each other's boobs, earrings, bracelets, glasses, everything. So everywhere Hiller and I went together, like wearing the same shirt, they thought we were like
people were
what are those guys who park cars? They thought we were valets or some shit. Yeah, the hotel. Yeah, for sure.
You just wear. They just hand you your trash.
They thought you were gay lovers, probably.
That too.
Dude, I realized
Hiller has that polished look to him. I actually thought that walking down the beach yesterday. I go, oh fuck, he's the big dude that rails me. That's what everyone thinks.
Yeah, but he's a sugar daddy.
What? I keep on getting asked that.
If me and you were gay?
Well, me in particular, not the two of us.
Good.
But
yeah, because look at you're all polished and shit.
I don't think so.
Okay, when I call Hiller gay, I'm not going to look directly in his eyes again.
Do it one more time.
Hey, maybe I'm projecting. Like. Maybe I'm swooning. I'm just swooning.
It's that old school little bodybuilder tank he's wearing. That's what's doing it for me.
So this is one of my favorite shirts. You look at that. You know what that is?
Cobra Kai.
Sevan knows what that is.
That is nice.
It's Cobra Kai.
Hey, so there's a guy here who's a staple on the beach, and he's the biggest dude here. And he lives in one of the buildings.
Like Yote, biggest dude?
Yeah, the big dude, the black dude with the huge.
You mean my buddy?
Yeah, and he already like how like just like two Hasidic Jews would give each other nods, or two black dudes.
Yeah.
So Hiller and this dude nods Hiller like he sees something. That's what made me think, oh, Hiller is juiced up. Because he recognizes he gave Hiller one of those.
Oh shit! You got.
And they're already buddies. I've seen the guy 100 times. He's never given me shit.
Never looked your way.
No.
Wow. He's like my best friend. Now I walked by. I was like, "What's up, dude?" I threw the football to him the other day. He's sitting on his balcony.
Contact. Awesome.
You guys are best
friends. Caleb, where's your Margaret Sanger thing? Why she want to kill babies? Did you find it?
I gave up on that a long time ago.
Oh, you dickhead! Just bury me.
I had it up on Wikipedia, but
you don't got my back. So basically, this was Hiller's first time looking at the labs at California Hormones. What did you think? Impressed?
Very. Oh yeah, the amount of machinery that they have for they don't just do what we are informed they do. They do a whole bunch of other testing too. They do COVID testing. They're looking into doing monkeypox testing, but a lot of what they do for us, we've talked about, which is just the hormone testing and what's coming down the pipeline for that as far as just it reminds me of Apple, believe it or not. So like you see like an iPhone coming in a box, it'll be shipped to your house twice a month when you actually end up qualifying and then signing up for the hormones testing, and it looks nice. It's cool. It's simple.
She showed us the packaging. Like basically, if you get on the test, if you get the blood work done, you get doctor's assessment. They say you need to be on something. They'll send you this beautiful box with these needles in it. It still doesn't interest me, but if they had it in a powder, you could snort. I told her.
That's what you said, right?
Yeah. I was like, now listen, if it came in little glass vials and I could just snort a couple lines a week, I would like,
yeah. This comment says, why am I speaking low? What does that mean? Do I sound different because it's a good microphone, or do I actually need to talk louder? Get this closer. This thing freaks me out being right next to my face. It's like I'm going to eat it.
He's just speaking normal. It might be the mic. Because I told him to put it really close. He has a pretty deep voice. He has a very deep voice.
Right.
That sexy, raspy voice.
So if you guys want to check this out and support our sponsor, or you're just curious yourself, you go to cahormones.com. The code word is Sevan. And
seriously, it makes it idiot proof. That's probably the biggest thing. So like you open an iPhone box and it's just ready to roll. That's the big thing I took away from what's coming down, and kind of is already going through. I mean, it's in the works right now. Like if you were to sign up and go through everything, you can do it, but it's even simpler and even cooler looking Apple wise.
Oh, and when you say idiot proof, you mean because Gary Roberts was having trouble getting the juice out of the vial?
Yes.
Now the needles just come preloaded.
Huh?
Oh, that's
perfect.
so nice. I hate drawing up drugs, dude.
What are you drawing up, Caleb? Just anything?
Everything. Anthrax, Tdap.
mRNA.
You're giving people
Yep.
anthrax?
Oh yeah, dude. All the time. You know how many
So
doses
you-
of anthrax we gotta give? Like 20. Dude, I've
Isn't that
seen people with
powder?
like 10
Isn't that the
doses of
stuff that
anthrax.
when you would open an envelope, you would just explode with anthrax, or no?
Oh no, I'm talking like liquid, like vaccination of anthrax.
All right, I don't know anything.
Do you do vaccination every day, Caleb?
At least one.
Are there testosterone gels?
Does that make you? Does that
There are,
unsettle you,
but-
Sevan?
Yeah, fucking, I hate it.
What if you
there's
have an
everything-
anthrax attack and we're all fucked?
They fair. They have everything. They have the pellets. They have the gels. Hiller and I have talked to all the people who are on all the different ones. To be completely honest, if you're gonna fuck with this stuff, you might as well just do the needles. You might as well. It seems like it's like the right way to do it. The pellets. The one of the guys we spoke to really likes the pellets. Someone else told us that they're just really good for women as opposed to men. And I forget why, something about the way the dosing gets released into your body. But if I were going to make the effort to do this, I would do the needles. Wouldn't you, Hiller?
It kind of depends on how you are as a person, because some people don't like the idea of like doing a stab in the butt or the shoulder or it's twice a week that you would do it.
Yeah.
And although it looked like they were using insulin syringes in the package that they'd be sending, so it's not too terrible.
What's that mean? A little needle?
Yeah, I believe it's a 30 gauge as opposed to like a 23. A 23 is thicker, and it's almost like a.
He's done roids. Listen.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah,
listen.
Because that's where I got all my knowledge from, as I keep saying. Anyway, the 23 gauge needle is like an insulin syringe. So if you were to go and get insulin, even at Walgreens, I believe they sell them. They got the orange tips on the end, and it's a short needle. They don't hurt that bad. But although that is the case, some people don't really like the idea of hitting themselves with a needle twice a week. So they go the route of the incision in the butt and they shove the pellets in there. And at which rate you only need to do that once every 4 to 6 months. And
Yeah.
we were talking with the owner yesterday, and she said that they up your blood work and they kind of see how often you'd have to have those things reinserted into your butt. The downside to that is that you're sore for a couple of days because they do end up like making a little incision in your butt, but it's less.
Not in your
Slightly
butt, on
more-
your hip.
It's in your butt cheek, like right
Butt
to the
cheek,
side.
right,
Yeah.
right. Okay. When I see here in your butt, I think something else.
Not in your butt. But the individual that we spoke to yesterday said that he
They just shove a Tide Pod full of steroid pellets in your ass.
kind of looks like
Right
a
in
Tide
your,
Pod.
right in
No,
your
it's not.
anus.
What do they look like? I don't know, like a little Tylenol.
We
They look
met a
like-
guy who does both.
Correct, yeah. And he said that
Double
like, when you get the
doses?
incision in the butt, you end up hitting everything on it. So it's uncomfortable for a day or two. And after that, you don't have to worry about it for 6 months, and you feel great for 6 months.
And there were people in there getting blood work when we were there, and Hiller got
Oh.
blood work.
Yeah.
Are you?
spot on there?
And they wanted to do blood work on me, but I don't want to do the blood
That's
work.
what I was gonna say. Did you do it? I knew that.
I don't want to know that
How
my
many vials
T
did
count
they draw?
is 7.
4.
Oh, they did?
4, yeah. I'm feeling a little woozy.
They hit
Is
it the
that-
first
I
time?
think that's a joke. I'm good.
Oh, is that a lot, Caleb?
No, that's a pretty normal amount. Like whenever we do lab draws, it's about like if we're doing like a full panel on somebody, it's probably about 4
I got a video of that.
vials, and they're like this big.
You could come up here to the lab and get what was the guy's name? Richard, the guy who draws the blood.
Correct. Yeah, his name was Richard, and he was awesome.
And I don't mean to be racist, but here it comes anyway. He's Asian.
I'm gonna
And
do
that
it
you
anyway.
want an Asian dude drawing your blood.
I've given blood and had blood taken a handful of times, and every single time it's like a terrible, and I like hate the idea. And I have to watch the needle go in, or else I won't be able to do it.
Where did they get it from you?
Right here.
All 4 vials?
Look how
Yeah,
vascular
It's a
he
good
is.
vein.
I'm always vascular, homie. Here,
They hit it
gotta
first
show
Yeah,
time.
this.
he's
I wonder if I can
big.
show this
He's
video.
he's bigger in person than he looks on camera. I'm like the opposite.
I was at the games. Everybody said that I looked smaller, so that's nice.
No, you're not.
I wonder if you can see
I
that.
think he looks
There it is.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
wow.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
That always
First
makes
time,
me
man.
woozy.
And he's good.
Well, I mean, how could you miss that fucking thing?
Oh, geez.
Hey, man. Hey,
Oh, geez.
let's not say nothing crazy.
All right, there you go.
I've missed veins bigger than that.
Okay, this is the ultimate promo for California Hormones because I'm wearing the CEO shirt, which has California Hormones on the back, and there you go.
You know, there's someone watching this who's gonna like find something that wasn't done right.
Yeah, right. That's actually not.
Oh, he
my
didn't pull the
thing.
tourniquet when he started the lab.
It's
the only thing I can think of.
I love Sevan looking so deeply into Hiller's eyes. Thank you. I'm a very intense and passionate man.
You're forgetting where I need to look. I look here, and I see you looking at me through here, and I look over at you.
I'm a very passionate man. If you see us both turn our heads at the same time, you know we're clicking.
Have you seen Night of the Roxbury? Probably not. You haven't seen shit. I found that out. He hasn't seen any movies.
I saw it a long time ago.
Keep doing. Are you guys brothers? No. Yes.
Can we do 324? How to oppress people. I don't even know what this one is.
Are these all new, or are these still rolling off that long list you got there?
I think they're rolling off the long list, but I don't think we've. Does that one sound familiar?
No.
Oh.
I was just wondering if it's going to be a surprise for you as much as it is for us.
Oh yeah, it is a surprise for me. It is a surprise for me.
Oh,
this was the guy. This was the guy we had on the podcast. Say that again, Hiller.
There's a comment that says Sevan only watches the movies he makes.
Yes.
And then I said he's seen Pulling John 400 times.
Yes. This is so Dr. Trevor Cash, who's on the show. He's kind of a secret. I'm surprised this guy doesn't have millions of followers. You want to oppress someone, tell them they are perfect just the way they are. I thought that was a great line. That's not good feedback, people.
Comment says you're going to get a copyright, so I don't know what that's on. Is it this?
Will I? You're going to get really?
Well, be careful. I don't know what this is, what you're about to play.
No, that's it.
No, it's on Instagram. It should be fine.
That's it. You want to oppress someone, tell them they're perfect just the way they are. How often do we hear that?
Can you go a little deeper on
You're
that?
fine. You're being 100 pounds overweight is totally fine.
Oh.
They're just living their truth, Sevan, their truth.
Hiller said that.
Yes, live
What did I
your
say?
truth, you guys. Live your
Everybody's
truth.
truth is different.
You said your
Your
truth.
perspective is your truth.
Fucking hate that word.
Fuck,
Your
I did
truth.
say that
You
recently,
could
didn't I?
have your perspective, you could have your experiences, you could have your biases, you could have all of
Your
that.
girlfriends.
Your girlfriends, your boyfriends, whatever you want, but you can't have your truth. There's only the truth. There's your biases and perspectives and experiences that you bring to certain situations. Doesn't make it the truth.
What I hear is that everyone's triggered by something. And there's
That's
been
true.
things out there that have been aligned with this statement that lead you to hating this statement because they've triggered you.
Well,
But
I'm not
all
triggered. I'm
I'm
inspired
saying-
because I'm a comedian. I'm inspired because I'm a comedian.
All I say when I say that is it's my opinion. I'm just using a different way of saying it.
That's
It's
another
another-
thing.
That too.
It seemed
That's
more
another thing you
intense to
have.
me when I said it that way. Like, leave me the fuck alone. It's what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it stronger.
You could also have your opinions, but unfortunately,
All right.
and I
have a
just think that
stupid
there's just too much conflation of words around. So I guess you could say that it does trigger me, but it triggers it in the sense of like it just puts stuff way out in the ether. It needs to be grounded by definition. Like Bruce Wayne's comment here, there's 3 truths. No, there's not. There's 2 perspectives and there's 1 truth.
There's
I'm
3
saying your
wolves.
truth. Yeah, people are like,
Hey, we're gonna meet at the yacht club at 11 a.m.
is that
We've
your
been
truth?
no, that's not my truth. We've been told to meet at the yacht club at 11 a.m. That's the truth. Hunter McIntyre is going to be there too, and I'm bringing a tub of Vaseline, and me and him and Hunter are going to make our first movie. That's my truth.
Sign up for the newsletter now.
Yeah. Exclusive content. That was my truth. That's not the truth. But the truth is that Hiller and I are going to the yacht club at 11 a.m. At least that's the plan.
Hunter's going to be there at 2.
At 11, I think. His
So
plane
is that-
lands.
is that
his
true
plane
for
lands at 9:50
You as
You lied about
individuals,
that
or
truth statement. Sorry, Susan. What?
oh, I was gonna say, is that true as
for the whole world.
It's-
For the
there
snails
it
in
is.
your yard,
There
it's
you
true
go,
also.
it's true.
Yes.
It can't be individually true and then one
For
truth
the
that
for the parasites living in Caleb's mustache, it is also true for
That thing's getting intense, by the way, Caleb.
Crazy.
322.
Sevan, you should make an OnlyFans.
What would I do?
it doesn't matter. You could just step on stuff with your bare feet. People
I would love that.
like switch a banana down or something.
Hey, one of my friends who's here, who Hiller met, who's hanging out with us, told me he has an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I couldn't even fucking. Well, I guess I do believe it.
I don't think that we know how many people have an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
That's what I took away from that.
I bet
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if people knew about my OnlyFans.
Yeah. What is it under your real name?
No.
Oh, that's
not.
awesome.
Yeah, and I make like $100,000 a month off of it.
Hey, so
People act like I want to do it on YouTube.
So if your testosterone, you're considered, you got your blood drawn.
Correct.
So that would mean that if they tell you, like, you could be tempted now to
More than tempted.
Uh-huh. And the implications is that you couldn't compete anymore.
Yes, that'd be correct.
But you could make a shitload of fucking amazing content about what
it's like the progress.
Telling your truth. You can make a shitload of content telling your truth
His perspective,
about the
his
experience.
See, we do this thing where we
shit.
do the live, where we do this podcast, and then you'll talk about things, and I'll go, I wanted to make a video on that. You
Sorry,
motherfucker."
make a video. Make a video.
No, we can talk. It's
Okay,
like
sorry.
this is like a preview. It's like what are those called? Promo videos or trailers? This is a trailer for a potential video. So it's good for you. It's good for me. It's good for everything.
Always remember this too. My videos, no one really watches. They just click on it. They see 2 minutes and they go away. It's too long. Yours, people actually watch.
It's like an 8-minute retention. Yeah, which is pretty good. I think usually they're 12 minutes long. So, but yeah, I'm considering it for sure.
Speaking of that, if I don't mind jerking myself off here, did you guys see our games retention? Like almost all the videos were over 40 minutes.
Yeah, that was super
Holy
good.
shit.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's good. And they were trying to get through the staticky shit that I was interviewing people with.
Oh, you were amazing, dude. If any of these other knuckleheads figure out what we just did and they have us do it for them, like Wadapalooza, Dubai Fitness Challenge, Rogue, it'll be crazy.
I got a $20 mic off Amazon that has these 2 wireless attachments for the iPhone.
Yeah.
And at which rate I would hold one and give one to somebody else. And it
Yes.
would have been sweet.
Yes.
$20.
Yes.
And I was so mad that I don't know.
I have Susie, you got to come over to my house and we got to dig through that fucking room full of all that electronic shit. I have so much stuff like that.
Yeah, I think especially with 2 people, we found a recipe there because to Hiller's point, if he comes up and just uses a microphone as an interview and somebody else films it, that's optimal because then you get some good perspective of what you're seeing and the audio is nice without it moving around too much.
And that cord that Hiller's talking about, at least the one I have, is so long that Hiller doesn't even have to hold it. He could just hand it to
Mine's
the person.
wireless, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Get out of here.
Oh, even better.
50-foot range. God,
somebody asked
quiet.
us
How do I get louder?
Oh,
Can anyone not hear Hiller? I hear him great.
Bruce
No, I can
Wayne's
hear him.
like, turn it up.
But when that thing got closer, it definitely sounded a little
Let
bit
it full
better.
blast.
Somebody asked if we could broadcast.
That's
Is that
just-
a applauding audience?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Maybe I'll start using the laugh track a little bit.
Hey, whenever it was awkward, like when you ask like Haley something and she doesn't answer, just like hit the laugh track and then just be like, oh, okay, you slay me. All right, next question.
So, Hiller, are you gonna get juiced up?
Somebody asked us if we could broadcast our whole event.
Who? I'm an owl. Who?
Just the laugh killing me.
Oh, seriously? So, an event had reached out to us and asked us if we would broadcast their whole event?
Yeah. It was not like the actual people from the event, but I was having a discussion with Tyler Watkins and he was asking if we would be able to do that for an event like JR's Crash Crucible and like actually broadcast the whole thing, including commentators.
Yes. Basically, in the most simplest sense, we could do it so fucking cheap. We need 5 people with fucking iPhones, and then we need a Wi-Fi that no one else can jump on with a password, and fucking so that everyone in the stands isn't fucking using it too. And we'll do it.
Yep.
And it will be the craziest footage ever, because we can have people running around right up to the athletes, the participants, right there.
Yeah, if we had access, and you could just put a couple good phones on tripods, like right at the finish line and stuff like that. Then you just had somebody in the back just controlling each thing that you're watching when you're watching the
Not
live
even
events.
in the back. Me at home. Caleb and fucking from the moon.
That's what I meant,
Can
like
do
on the
it. Yeah.
back end of the
Oh,
show.
yeah.
Not like there. And then you could have people commentating, and they're the only ones with the mics that are hot. Everything else is just muted, and you just shift it around, and they just speak over the event the whole time.
Yeah. Dubai Fitness Challenge brought to you by Caleb at the Anthrax Center.
Is that what you test for there? Yeah, you give people anthrax, 20 people a day.
Exactly.
322, please, while I sip my coffee.
What are these numbered things? I don't even see them over there.
It's because all my shit's just
Not on the
tiny
email.
over here.
He just has them memorized. 320.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you did bring that. 14 million trees axed to make way for wind farms. Nearly 14 million trees have been chopped down across Scotland. People, it looks like
Who
people
counted that?
It looks like people keep trying to call in. I don't know.
Is
Is
it
anyone
not
trying
working?
to call in who can't get in? I don't know what's going on. I see it.
I was
right.
surprised we didn't have any more calls at this point. That's why.
14 million trees have been chopped down across Scotland to make love to your mom. Okay, could you scroll for me so I don't have to add lib? Nearly 14 million trees have been chopped down across Scotland to make way for wind turbines. The Scottish government expects to have the capacity to generate 100% of electricity for the whole entire country from renewable sources this year. But concern, you know what's funny is nuclear reactors are renewable sources.
Right.
But coal is a renewable source. It's so fucking crazy that they use these words. It's just fucking manipulation. We don't have a non-renewable source on planet Earth. That's not how the shit got here. It wasn't brought here from fucking somewhere else. But concerns have been raised about finding a balance between the green energy and sustaining force. Wow, doesn't it sound just like idiocy to put 100% of your fucking reliance on wind turbines? I wonder, and here's what it comes down to. Did anyone do the math to find out how much less CO2 is being processed by the 14 million trees that were cut down? I bet you they didn't.
Is there an equation for that?
I'm sure there's something. It's got to be something.
I was trying to find something that was relevant.
There's an equation to figure out your testosterone.
Yeah, we're doing that right now.
That was talking about the countries that are willing to sell a space for continue to build the wind turbines and stuff like that as they're actively building nuclear reactors. And they're like, yeah, they'll have more effective, efficient energy and gladly sell us the US back anything we want.
Who was saying that?
I don't know. I'm trying to find the article because I'm butchering it right now. But
I can't wait for the wind to stop blowing.
Sevan didn't know how to handle Haley. Oh, hold on. There was another one in here. I want to tell you about Haley. So I'm going to tell you something about Haley Adams.
Why is everyone talking about Haley Adams?
This is what I think. This is what I think happens with people like that. And I could be totally wrong. And I hope she comes on and fucking slaps me around. She's 21 years old, but she's been in a gym for 6 years. And just how, what are the depths of what we can talk about with her, right? So I think that I would guess that most of her life has been spent in the gym at Mayhem. So her breadth and depth of experience is just we don't intersect in a lot of places. We don't intersect. Sevan's twice as loud as the others with his fancy mic.
Motherfucker!
Sorry,
this isn't even mine.
I know. I could lower mine a little bit. How about that? Is that better?
No, I think it's worse. You do sound good though.
I lowered myself though. I'm on mic 1. I lowered myself. And so like one of the topics that we intersect is I have a girlfriend and I think she has a boyfriend. So I asked her if she has a boyfriend, and that's not something she talks about. But that would have been fun to talk about that and maybe get it. That's like something we share, understanding relationships and how you make relationships. But she didn't want to talk about. So I was looking for places, not even looking. It's not conscious. I'm not looking, but I just ran. You're right. I just ran out of shit to what was I going to say? So when I start running out of shit, I default to observing our actual relationship in real time. And that's why I start saying shit like, boy, this is getting weird. It's always my default. It's where I went to with Laura Horvat too. It's like all of a sudden I've run out of shit, but I'm not afraid to be like, okay, hi. This is getting uncomfortable. So at least now we're talking about how uncomfortable, but the thing is for her, it wasn't even uncomfortable. Maybe it's because she's more comfortable in her skin.
You don't think it's the 30-year age gap?
All that.
Okay.
It could be that because I'm looking the age gap, but also just the 30 years of more experience that probably I have. And she's in a different times. I don't do TikTok.
That's what I was going to ask.
So she spends
asking if you've seen TikTok, know what TikTok is. You're like, no.
She's probably spent 4 hours a day on. If you aren't talking about Billie Eilish, I don't know who that is. Post Malone, I know who that is. Workouts or TikTok.
I went to Billie Eilish.
What are you going to talk about with Haley? Yeah, I wanted to talk to her about her boyfriend, her girlfriend.
Billie Eilish is cool, man.
She is cool.
I went to one of her concerts. Yeah, Alexis's birthday.
I thought that was there was a show called Stranger Things, and that was a character in it.
She may have been on it. And I don't know about that because I haven't seen Stranger Things, but I've heard that's good too.
No, it's stupid.
You don't know anything,
dude.
about
I watched like the first 2 episodes. It's so fucking bad.
Why is it bad?
Because it's not believable at
That's
all.
the idea.
I can't
dude.
suspend my disbelief.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to
I
be
have trouble with
believable.
that.
It's a TV show
Hey, listen,
for 15-year-olds.
but I still need to suspend. I'm trying to think of a good movie where I like Avatar.
That's good.
Yeah,
James Cameron.
but the first 30 minutes I was struggling to suspend
Can
my.
you name one character in that movie though? I bet you can't.
No, I just like it when they connect their tails.
Anybody in the comment section, think about the Avatar movie. You can't name a single character, and you've probably seen Avatar.
Ragnon.
That's probably where they're from.
That was pretty good though.
It was a good try.
No, Billy
Seven's
is
no
not in
quitter.
Stranger Things. All right, fine.
All right, thanks, Kate. She's seen it, and she knows Billy. She's not there, but she is a singer, and she is good.
I know that. That's what I suspect too. Billy is the wokest person on the planet. Yeah, that's.
I don't leave the garage very often. When
That's
I
a
was at the
tragedy.
Billie Eilish concert, you walk around and there's a genre of people. Same thing here. Same thing like a CrossFit gym. Same thing in an airport. You talk about it at Disneyland. It's one of my favorite things about traveling. It's like analyzing the people. I think you and I were talking about that here the other day. You just kind of like watch the people and the bodies move around. They're always different no matter what it is you're doing. And I mean, it comes to the territory. I just wonder how many other people do that and go through that phenomena.
What do you think about the bodies here in Newport? What are you seeing?
They're all in great shape. I mean, very few people who are. They all look like they take care of themselves. That's like the minimum barrier for entry. It looks. I don't know if one out of every 10 people seems as if they don't give a shit. And if you were to go to Disney World, it's like 9 out of 10 people don't give a shit. Right? It's kind of what you were going through or talking about.
I don't think that's accurate.
10 out of 10.
Yes, I think that's more accurate.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, it's just cool. It's a seems like a nice place to be if you want to take care of your health. And you wonder, like, what is it that's going on around here that isn't going on like everywhere else? Why do they care?
What do you think about the fact that it also seems to me that here that it's gone too far in the other direction?
Big, out of shape, not taking care of yourself?
No. So like Disneyland's definitely like these are all clearly carbohydrate addicts. Like if you go there, and I mean, I'm all kidding aside, everything. Disneyland is just about consumption. It's where carbohydrate addicts go. It would be like if those parks in Switzerland I hear about where people go to shoot heroin. That's all Disneyland is. Everything else is a facade. It's just a place to go and eat ice cream. That's all it is. Even the rides, even though they're so clean, they're so outdated. They're so lame. It's a Small World is the lamest.
Yeah, that one's really
nostalgic, homie.
I know it is. I agree. I mean, it's classic.
It's like watching the Terminator.
It's classic. It's like going to a really bad puppet show.
I wouldn't do that.
Disneyland. So
puppets.
really, like everywhere you look, there's someone sitting, and you'll see people sitting for hours. But everywhere you look, there's someone sitting with the styrofoam cup, scooping sugar into their mouth. It just is.
Those are things you notice, and I just
by the thousands.
I wonder how much sugar they sell a day. That'd be interesting.
Grams of sugar.
Here, I feel like it's gone the other way.
How much sugar can you avoid?
No, the people are so concerned. They're not concerned with their health. They're so concerned with their looks that they've pushed themselves into the macabre.
Explain what macabre means.
The fake boobs everywhere that are pressed so fucking hard. When I look at them, they look like they hurt. And they're
and you wonder why you would do that to yourself.
And it's there every. I know why they do it, but it's over the top here. It's like it's gone. I mean, literally,
So what makes you happy? You don't like that, and you don't like that. What's good?
No, I'm happy.
You're always happy.
I'm always happy.
All right,
I'm always happy.
You love Disney World, Disneyland.
I loved it. I loved seeing how happy my kids were there.
By the way, most nuts thing I've seen so far. You got them a couple of burgers the other day. The guy comes over, puts the burgers down in front of them, and they just like whip the buns away, and they start gnawing on the patty.
It's because I hang out with people like you.
And then I go, Alexis, look at this. Who else does this? And she goes, you. I go, how long? Ever since I've known you, like we'll go to McDonald's and I'll just like throw everything away and I'll eat the patty out of a McDonald's bun. Because
whether I'm hanging around you or Souza or Alexis, whoever I'm hanging around, because we're all CrossFitters, that's what we do.
You don't eat the bun.
Yeah, you fucking throw the bun away.
And then you can eat like 3 times the freaking burger.
Oh, why?
Oh, it does work. Okay.
The all-inclusive show. Why it be gay? Tell us about your anus.
Right now it's doing pretty good.
All right.
Excellent.
I have a bidet, so it's pretty clean.
Oh, you do have a bidet?
Fancy.
I do, yeah.
Hiller, do you know what a bidet is?
I got a toilet with a little wand that comes out of nowhere and sprays in the butthole.
Wow.
Is that what a bidet is?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Do you
Yes,
use
it is.
I've used it a couple of times.
You look like a bidet guy.
It's nice.
Yeah. You look like Hiller is
European.
clean.
European.
He is a clean man.
That's
If
why
he was
Alexis
any
likes
cleaner,
me.
I would know he's gay. He puts a little dirt on him so that I still think he's straight. He dirties himself a little.
Sand drives me nuts. That should give you a good idea.
How can I help
It
you?
was
Mr.
my
Bidet?
wife's idea. It was my wife's idea. I was very hesitant, but now I'm definitely hooked. But off the bidet topic. 2 questions. Number 1, is the Hiller and Hunter wrestling match ever going to go? Because we definitely need to see that if that's going to happen.
He's going to be here.
And then number 2, I wanted to see if any of you had watched the Buttery Bros documentary. It's only like 30 minutes on YouTube of Chandler Smith.
Of
And
who?
apparently how he had Chandler Smith.
Okay.
So apparently it's a 30-minute thing that I'm assuming they probably wanted to make it a big series leading up to the games. And then obviously he didn't even make it past Granite games. But interestingly enough, he apparently has asthma pretty bad. It was interesting. I watched it the other day, and to see the behind the scenes with him and Hiller's favorite guy, Ben. Just an interesting point. I don't know if you guys watched it or not, and if Hiller has any thoughts on him having asthma and how Granite games went so poorly, and they showed him having like asthma attacks after every event at Granite games.
Hey, what do you think the origins of asthma are?
If I know you, I would say refined sugar and carbohydrates.
That's part of it, but what do you go deeper than that? What do you think? What?
Why hasn't he ever had it ever before?
There
That's what Sevan
used
wants
to
know.
never be asthma on the planet. In the last 100 years, there's asthma everywhere.
Vaccination?
It's a good place to start. Hey, and while you're there, look at ear infections for kids too. Look at ear infection rates for kids.
I had an ear infection when I was younger, like every other week.
Yeah,
And you've had fucking more needles than you than fucking Schwarzenegger's ass.
Since the dawn of time.
I'm fully vaccinated too. I can't believe my mom. I don't even think I was breastfed.
Are you anti like all vaccines or just the most recent?
I'm not anti any of them. Let's be clear.
Get the fuck out.
I'm not anti any of them.
You don't commit to anything.
When did asthma originate? The earliest recorded reference of respiratory distress and disorder characterized by noisy breathing is found in China in 2600 BC. Second time today.
Vaccines.
Second time today. Caleb's bent me over.
Oh, boy.
Try to run
No.
the vaccine time.
You should. There was the 3 pieces are to asthma basically are what you eat and the vaccinations.
So wait, is the
It's
color
pretty,
still on?
it's pretty easy to find. But go
I
ahead.
am, yeah.
Go ahead, Big A. Sorry. I didn't see
No,
the Chandler,
I,
I didn't see the Chandler Smith thing. How is that Buttery Bros thing on them? Normally I only watch their content if I'm interviewing someone that they did, and I'm always blown away at how good I mean they've always been good, but I'm always blown away at how good the quality is, how much better it is than I expect.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good. It was I think it was truly supposed to be probably a long series going all the way to the games with him. And what did he get 12th at Granite games? So they had to. It's only like 25 minutes worth of content.
Does he cry? Do you see is there any emotion?
Yes. Oh, yeah. A crazy ton of emotions. I think you would like it. He's pretty candid, kind of behind the scenes, and it's him and Ben Bergeron, and he actually tried to quit even, and Ben Bergeron talked him into staying.
Oh fuck!
At Granite games. It's got some content with him, and right away I was kind of thinking, because he's got a new fiance and then a wife she's actually an athlete too, but she's not. She's like the fringe. Yeah, she's like a fringe semifinals athlete. So in my head, I was like, oh great, he's hanging out with her too much. Now he's never gonna make it. But I mean, at least the way they portrayed it is that he's been having this asthma thing. Apparently, it's been behind the scenes for a while. He said he had a reaction even when he was the demo athlete at Dave's Ranch last year or 2 years ago, and then the year before that he had one. And there's kind of some maybe controversy behind it because he's in the Army, right? And I don't know what the rules are, but apparently you're not supposed to have asthma if you're in the Army. And so he said it's been something he's quote unquote hidden or maybe even had control of somehow, but that's the reason why. And he doesn't make excuses. The whole thing is he's not necessarily trying to make excuses. That's why he didn't make the game. But the footage is laid out that way.
So it's not a typical Buttery Bros piece. It's not the sort of the
No, they're not
the
dancing around,
dog
taking
path.
it. They're not doing the litter box.
I'm
None of that
definitely
stuff.
watching this.
I
Yeah,
think they
I
hired
think
somebody
people
else
like
to
it more.
follow
It's
them
more
around.
Should we do a
documentary
viewing of
style.
it? We'll turn it on right there and just talk over it.
They hired somebody else to
I
film it and put it together.
say that again, Caleb.
I'm pretty sure they've hired somebody else to film it and put it together. It wasn't actually the Buttery Bros who filmed it.
What?
Yeah, it's something Challenger. I think there's like a slash on the video. It's Buttery Bros and Challenger something or other. So the person who's asking questions, definitely is not one of the Buttery Bros, but they are in it here and there, and it shows them.
Not the Buttery Bros,
Hey,
you say?
how can Kate? Was that a British accent? That was good.
Thanks. I got a couple of them.
Kate, how can you say that he needs to leave Comtrain? Bigay just told us that Ben talked him to get his ass back out on the field. I like it.
It's because he was forced to train with a mask on for 6 months. He's got voice asthma.
That too. Add that to the pile.
Possible.
Add that to the pile.
Did I ever tell you about the story where I got kicked out of the freaking health club for not wearing a mask on a Stairmaster?
No, but I like you more. I didn't know you had that in you.
I don't know. I don't know if we want to go into that. We can talk about that whenever. It's like a 5-minute or
All right.
so.
I gotta go, guys. I'm taking my kid
Hey,
to
to
Apple
answer your
Orchard.
question, I haven't seen that
Thank
yet.
you for calling in, Wyatt.
Yeah, nice talking to you guys.
Can you bring up that video just real quick? That dude did a good plug. I wonder if the Buttery Bros paid him to call in, and
I think they released that Wednesday or Thursday of last week.
I'm gonna watch that shit. Hey, I actually
Ben Bergeron kills him.
Sousa actually walked up to Chandler at Wadapalooza, and I got to talk to him through just from my office, just the way you guys did at the games. And while I was talking to him, I said, "Hey, can you come on my podcast?" And he goes, "I want to, but I don't think my mom would appreciate your content." And I
talk about Bergeron?
No, his mom,
his actual mom.
No,
Yeah.
no.
That was a joke.
Ouch,
Come on.
And dude,
I got him.
I kind of fell in love with him like in 2 seconds.
He seems like an awesome guy.
Just
Come
he's
on.
like I don't know if my mom. Basically, I'm paraphrasing, but I don't know if my mom would appreciate your content.
Yeah,
I was
she
like,
said-
"Fuck." He kind of.
I think she said she's a good Christian lady, so it might be a little tough for her to watch it. Or
Dude,
something
nothing
like
makes me. I love Chandler Smith. I hate that he's at Comtrain.
Hey, look at he's clean, but he has no gay vibe to him. Hiller's clean, but Hiller got a little gay vibe to him. You know what I mean? Like, look how clean they're both clean.
Because I need to promote my OnlyFans, homie.
Yeah,
If you can
Chandler's a
go
good
to both
dude.
genders, that you make more money. Then
both sexes.
what did I say?
Genders.
Oh, idiot. My bad.
Come on.
Do you not know where you're sitting? He's gonna come punch you in the throat.
that.
Even though he's sitting over, I have to punch. Oh, no, I punched this.
There you
I'm
go.
over here. Yeah.
Here, shake my hand, Hiller.
Has anyone ever seen your setup? Because that was one of the, I'll just turn my computer and show you sitting over there. It'll be nuts.
Yeah, show it.
All right.
I don't unplug your shit.
Oh, well, good.
Don't spill anything.
All right, look at that.
What a
Isn't this like
disaster of
Inception-y?
Mr.
Devon.
UK, thank you for calling. Yes, tell us what a
Yeah,
real Englishman sounds like.
international call here.
Thank you.
International
this one
call
on the
here.
phone?
60 minutes already.
Sorry, I apologize. You're right. Not everyone balls
It's
like me
okay,
and
guys.
Hiller.
It's Clive here. How's it going, guys? Listen, in terms of media content, forget the Buttery Bros. Mayhem's videos that they put out during the games have been class to watch back. AWPO as well. Their episodes from during the games are really good as well. So if anyone hasn't watched those, go and watch all of those. Particularly when the Mayhem one, the aftermath of the Capitol event, was really interesting to see the behind the scenes. Paige Powers was destroyed, absolutely destroyed. She was like basically crying, and it was nice to see the other Mayhem athletes kind of helping her and sort of dealing with her. But she looked destroyed. It was crazy to see.
Okay, and so the Capitol event, Mayhem, watch that. The Buttery Bros, Chandler Smith, watch that.
Yeah.
And which part of the HWPO?
Just their episodes of the tonight, they sort of interviewed Hopper and Mal, and it made me maybe kind of like them a little bit more than I had previously.
Do
Not that I
Mal and
didn't,
Hopper
but,
actually talk? You mean you actually hear them talk? Sound come out of the hole in the front of their face?
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah,
Wow.
sit down, talking to the camera bits and stuff as well. So it's the guy Becky, the Australian guy. He comes over and he does the media stuff for Matt and all. I believe. Fair play to him. It's a good gig that he got. and he does it well.
He's
To be fair, I think
solid.
he does it
That
well.
dude's solid.
Yeah.
Every part of me, like, everything in me wants to talk shit about him, but when I try to, there's nothing that can come
Who?
out.
I missed the name.
Wiki, the old handsome guy from South Africa.
I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah, he's solid.
He is. He's a good dude.
So solid.
Going after Edwardson and Richie, I can't do Wiki.
Yeah,
but
I
he's
can't
all
do
right.
Wiki, yeah.
He's a good dude.
He is. And
But hey,
his shit's great.
I caught up on your on the Hiller Hunter Sevan episode last night when I was driving. And honestly, Sevan, I get really annoyed with you and your stance on it. I mean, you kept sort of questioning if Hiller was right to do it, and I thought, hold on, is this not the Sevan we know? It just didn't seem very encouraging to you. And to be honest, Sevan, I think what you were doing was trying to save yourself, because what you'd done recently, you put your arm around Hiller, and then Hiller comes out with this smash and grab, and suddenly you freaked out a little bit that you were associated with him. You tried to save yourself by being like, oh, I don't know about this, Hiller.
Ryan Jeffney, you were right.
You completely agree with his right to say whatever he wants. And we know that you think he can say whatever he wants. No?
No. I think you are conflating issues. Bear with me here. He does have the right to say whatever he wants. And everyone has the right to say whatever they want, and I'm not opposing free speech. It's just like this. People get this conflated. I have no issues with Coca-Cola. Sell all the Coke you want in the fucking world. I would never outlaw Coke. Yeah. I would never ever stop anyone from eating themselves to death. Like I believe in the free markets and the and capitalism. I'm a libertarian. But me personally, I don't like the fact I don't think that it was the right thing to do. And
you are somewhere in the middle. You get Craig Ritchie and all these guys, and they're trying to make best friends with all the athletes because they rely on that. You don't rely on it just so much, but you still kind of know that you kind of have to keep your relationships with most of the athletes quite good. So I get it. I'm just
how am I
calling you out
doing
a
with
little
Haley?
bit.
How am I doing with Haley and Laura Horvath? How am I doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Taylor's just got a chub. He's actually, you can't see it, but he's got his wrist going like this right now. He's so happy. He's so happy. We have to screen these calls.
I love Laura. I'm a big fan of Laura.
She has never even been on my fucking show. Fuck that bitch.
That's the problem. Wait, take that back. We need her.
Here. You want to know what I was actually?
My next video on Tia.
You know,
she's using. Yeah, fuck that bitch.
You know what I'm at. You know, I'll tell you. I tell you. I appreciate all of your assessment. There may be some truth to it. There also may not be. But I'll tell you this: the New York Times did that article on me.
Okay.
And it had really fucked up repercussions on me and my family. Maybe not fucked up. Who knows what the end game is? And I'm a pretty fucking lucky human being. But it was speculation. And
it was speculation.
I get that.
And I do appreciate Hiller. It's because the irony is that it wasn't until years later, because I never even went back and listened to it. Like in my mind, I always thought, "Fuck, did I do something wrong?" Right? It's like when I crossed the border in the United States and the jackasses at the border are telling me I have drugs and I don't. I never transported drugs, but they make you feel like you do. They're like searching your car and you're like, "Fuck, are they gonna find something?" You know that feeling when the cops are like you were in the Syrian army. I'm like, "No, I wasn't." Mm-hmm. I guess you were. I'm like, "Wait, what? What was I?" So I think that would be, if you wanted to bark up a tree, that's where I'm more sensitive. But please know that I'm most proud of the fact that Hiller and I can. I didn't want to distance myself from him. I wanted to bring him in closer to show that oil and water can both be in the same jar.
And then we make Italian dressing.
I would
Just
say
don't shake the jar and make Italian dressing. I do not want to make Italian dressing. I just want to either sit underneath them or on top of them.
Spices in there, you know?
I don't want to mix.
With the salt and pepper on top.
I would say I did appreciate Hunter's pushback, and I do think that I probably maybe positioned myself a little bit more with where Hunter was at. I think I find it funny how you basically became the mediator for the majority of that nearly 2-hour long video. I don't think that was your intention, but
no, it wasn't.
But Hunter did a good job, and I think I appreciate that Hiller can take a few things in the chin. And hey, that's what it's all about. I like seeing people having open discussions and not having anyone feel like they have to shut down their own opinion. I think everyone can say what they want. That's sort of where I'm at on it. So I really enjoyed the debate, the 3-way debate. I would really like to see the oiled up wrestling match just to finish it off, just a nice cherry on top.
That'd be awesome.
What do you?
I don't know. Hunter is on Broken Skull Ranch, and he was taking down some people, and I was a shitty college wrestler. I don't know how much of a wrestling match would be, but I'm going to put up a fight.
Hey, let me ask you
the more oil, the better.
Let me ask you this. So she makes her living doing a sport where she can't take certain substances, right? And so that's all. Is that how you see it? That's how it all comes down to. It's basically like he's pointing out that from looking at her and from some analysis of her, the changes she's made and relative to the rest of the field, that and some insights of people he's talked to, that that she's probably using. And so that's the only. If it wasn't illegal or if it wouldn't jeopardize her income, it wouldn't have been a big deal, right? Is that? Do you think that is that how you think of it?
Yeah, my issue when you compared it to the New York Times article, I think there's a difference in that I don't think anyone would watch Hiller's video on her and conclude that they had enough reason to withdraw any sort of financial benefit from Tia over Hiller's video, because he quite clearly says that it's just what he thinks.
So you don't think Whoop drops her? You don't think Whoop drops her because he says that?
Absolutely not.
No, I don't think anything happens to Tia because some guy, no matter how many followers he has, just because some guy says, "Well, I think this," I don't think it does anything. So
okay,
yeah,
because 50% of the people, I think 50% of the people agree with Hiller. Here's what I think. Here's what I think. I'm guessing this is total made up. I think 90% of the people agree with Hiller. And 50% are glad he said it.
I think if it pressures CrossFit to up their game in testing, then I think that's a good thing.
I just say everyone should just join California Hormones games next year. Don't even worry about testing.
Yeah. Here, I've got to go. It's cost me a lot of money.
Okay,
good to speak to you guys.
Dude, you had some people in here saying you were a good caller. Nice.
Hey, isn't it? What do you mean? It's free when I call the UK. Just part of my, not free, but it's just part of my package.
Maybe it's the way he's set up. He doesn't have as big as a package as you.
Doesn't surprise me.
I don't know anything about phones.
Does not surprise me. One of the things I should post this video. You guys should know that's my kids cannot stop playing with Hiller.
Which video do you have?
Just at the beach yesterday. I mean, literally, he's played with my kids for hours. My kids have interacted with him more than I've interacted with you. Wouldn't you say?
I'd say so, yeah. I'm trying to wear him out, and it's not happening.
It's crazy.
They
did cartwheels and handstands on the beach yesterday for about an hour, and I shit you not. Hi, caller. Hi.
Hey, kind of going back to what you guys were just talking about. Hiller, you made a video.
You're a girl.
I am. My name's Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Foster?
Kate.
Sorry.
Just Kate.
Just Kate. All right, this could be.
Don't
there's just
push
some
for the
Kate in
last
my
name,
comment
Hiller.
section. All right.
Oh, and what sign are you, Kate? Hiller wants to know.
You know, this could also be the Kate in the comments here, so it could be any fucking Kate. My bad.
This is the Kate in the comments. Yeah.
Kate
I got
in
a
the
big mouth on
comments.
me. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Go, Kate, before I say anything else stupid.
Anyways, Hiller, you made a video about how Whoop is kind of left the CrossFit Games and is becoming bigger and better than the CrossFit Games. Do you think Noble's going to do that? Like, I saw that they're doing some football thing now. I don't really know much about it, but was wondering if your 2 cents on that. If Noble's going to leave CrossFit behind.
It would depend on the direction that they see CrossFit going, because the idea I got from Whoop was that they didn't think CrossFit was any longer on the up and up. So they went with the PGA where they saw a lot more benefit with their time spent there. And a lot of the videos that I made were if you put a whoop on a golfer, the golfers don't really have the insight that the CrossFitters have. The CrossFit community is so well informed and they're looking at it. And the issue that I was having was that the way that I was feeling and the data that I was accustomed to for the 3 years that I had worn the whoop no longer lined up. And I think that the golf industry is so dumb with that stuff that they'll have no idea. And they also have way more money than CrossFitters. So Whoop goes, okay, this is what I'm going to put all my money into. I mean, we can have Rory McIlroy, who's winning the PGA, wear the Whoop along with the watch when he's winning and holding the cup up for everybody. So why would they not do that? When it comes to Noble, I feel like they got a pretty good stamp on CrossFit, but they might at some point no longer enjoy the pushback. And I wouldn't really think that it would be far-fetched for them to go completely NFL for the same reason as Whoop. So yes, I think that you're onto something. If that
it's just it's expansion of business. You start with a small local niche market, and then you expand out because otherwise you're going to cap and saturate your market. So just think of RX Bar. They started with the CrossFit community. They had a $600 million exit with Kellogg's. Now they're mainstream. The whole point of every brand is to start with a niche, so you get your raving fans, you get your referrals, and then you expand out from there. Because if you're not expanding and you're not moving into other audiences, you're already on the descent. Your business is already on the decline.
CrossFit needs to do something to prove to them that they're worth being sponsored. Correct, Souza?
I don't even know if that's too much of the correlation there. I just think they're just using it to leapfrog. I mean, you could even take this podcast, for example.
So you're saying it was bound to happen?
Absolutely. That's the hope, right? So we went and did all the coverage at the games. We're collecting the audience. We're building on it, but we snuck in some live call-in shows. We had DJ F in right afterwards. That was all strategic because we knew that by collecting more people that are enjoying the show, enjoying the content, and then we shift that attention to different areas outside of CrossFit, we're continuing to grow and continuing to expand. If we just stay inside of our niche of our bubble, at some point you're going to reach a ceiling there, and it's going to be even harder to break out of that because then all your audiences just expects just CrossFit content in that example. So if you start to move them and diversify your audience right away, or Noble starts to move out of just CrossFit, go to the NFL, go to these other areas, they're collecting and moving their audience and expanding their audience.
Otherwise, MLB too.
Exactly.
Golf is a very special sport.
Explain.
The revenue,
I hate golf.
I know. Me too. I'm not a fan either.
Golf.
But the revenue generated there is, I heard this stat once and I was trying to find it, but basically in one weekend, the golf industry as a whole generates more revenue than the entire fucking NFL does in a year, because there's balls and bags and sticks and carts and green fees.
Well, I mean, like,
it's crazy.
Even the average person, like, if you go to a golf course, you're going to spend so much money on balls because you keep losing them. Like, you can go pick up basketball for way cheaper.
Hey, Kate, and I say this not even joking. I mean this as 100% fact. There's more money spent on fertilizer to keep those lawns green than the entire
My dad's a landscaper. I know all about that.
Than the entire revenue of CrossFit Inc. Just the fertilizer. To keep those green
shit they put on the grass.
Yes.
Literal shit.
And just imagine all the beer and booze those guys drink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the best part about golf.
Yeah. So it's
sounds like you're a golfer, Kate.
Sevan, it's so scary how expensive it is. I know there's a lot of shit like that. Even skiing, snowboarding, all that shit. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
Get a surfboard and just go out in a skateboard and go out into the ocean.
Yeah.
You don't see Noble sponsoring surfers. I wonder why.
Hey, I will say this. Whoop is so fucking woke, and by that I mean there's discriminatory policy and their racism is so fucking horrible, and so is the NFL's. The stuff they have in place is vile, and same with the NBA, and so they're a fucking perfect match. I mean, if you're into that stuff, if you're into oppressing people, then those are your guys. I mean that. There's no stretch there. It's what they do.
What did you think about Monster giving all the athletes like pallets of like stuff, and then they just couldn't even get rid of it? Like they were like putting it on their Insta story, like come pick it up. Like it was just the most random thing. I was like, that seems wasteful.
It's a marketing strategy.
I would love a fucking pallet of fucking Monster.
Yeah, marketing strategy.
A pallet of Monster.
You have a pallet? I mean, wouldn't it be fun just to take some cans and hit them with a sledgehammer?
That'd be a good video.
Yeah.
I mean, if a CrossFitter had any nuts, that's what they'd do. It's like, this is what I feel about your energy drink. Stop sending me this shit.
Hey, if you have to drink an energy drink, which one do you drink? What's your go-to?
I don't really drink. I don't drink coffee or anything like that.
Oh.
So, I'm like, there's like these like ice drinks. They're like seltzers, and then they make a caffeinated version. So usually I'm that.
Kate. Those are awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, do girls not drink energy drinks?
Yes, they do.
They do?
Yes, they
Alexis
do.
is
Just
a monster.
Alani Nu. A lot of girls like Alani Nu. The C4, Rain, just whatever at the gym. Life Fit, Fit Aid.
Kate, do you know the name of the female bodybuilder that came up with that company, Alani Nu? I didn't remember yesterday, and instead of Googling, I'm asking.
No, honestly, like I'm more of a pre-workout person. Like I do like Podium's new Bomb Pop pre-workout, but I've also been trying. There's like this powders pre-workout that I really like. Alani Nu has some good tasting stuff. It's just bopping around between different companies. I don't really know that much about them.
I probably hate this organization more than I probably hate golf. In California, there's a program for kids to make golf cheap.
You hate this program?
I probably hate that too. It's probably just fucking woke.
What the children?
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Thanks, Kate.
Dude, my shoulders are asymmetrical, and I know why my elbow's all fucked up.
321. Feminism is a scam. Uh-oh. I'm nervous. I'm definitely.
Alexis, I said you were a monster.
Definitely
Leave Kate alone.
Katie Hearn. That's the chick's last name. Hearn.
Oh,
Katie
that's the person we were talking about. Okay, thanks, Alexis.
Dang,
She
exposed.
I thought you was getting mad at the caller.
Oh, this one's great. Here, let's listen to this young lady talk. Let's put this into your peanut, people.
A few years ago, I was an angry, blue-haired feminist. I once believed that male privilege was real and that I was a victim of the wage gap.
Can we pause
Now that I
this? I have a
understand the
crazy
true
echo.
motives of feminism, I know that this.
It just had to mute. Caleb just has to mute his mic when it plays, and then that echo goes away.
Okay.
So just mute it up and then hit your play, and that should work.
A few years ago, I was a crazy blue-haired feminist.
That's what she
This
said,
could
right?
not be further from the truth, and that modern-day feminism is a war on true masculinity. Before women had the right to vote, most were stay-at-home wives, which meant they weren't working jobs and couldn't be taxed. Our overlords didn't like that. Rockefeller started funding feminist campaigns in media, and as a consequence of the movement, women started entering the workforce and leaving the home. Children would then be separated from their parents and sent to Rockefeller-funded schools to be indoctrinated by the state. All of this ultimately disrupting the family unit at its core. Feminism is defined as the belief in social, economic, and political equality of the sexes. But in the West, I must ask, what rights do men have that women don't? Modern feminists are convincing women that hookup culture, using hormonal birth control, and not shaving is liberation, that toxic masculinity is prevalent and the patriarchy must be dismantled. Through movies and media, we're taught that working for the man, climbing the corporate ladder, and paying tax is more empowering and valuable than raising the next generation. Women have lost touch with our natural loving instincts, and birth rates are plummeting. Men and women are not the same. And by protesting for equality of outcome rather than opportunity, feminists are demonizing and emasculating men. Feminism.
You all wish you were doing what I was doing.
Which is?
Raising my kids. You all
That's
do.
why I played with them for like 10 hours yesterday.
Yeah, you're going to end up with kids. You're for sure going to end up with kids. You got so infected. I saw you getting infected.
Hold that comment by Stephen Flores. That's the stringer, Stephen Flores. Bodybuilders wear stringers.
Hillers looks like the ZYZZ who died of a heart attack after using them roids.
He also had long hair and he was much better looking than
The
me.
thing is with Hiller, though, he has no hypertension. He's not red at all.
Unless I hold my breath.
He has none of that high blood pressure look that a lot of people I see in the CrossFit community, especially the older guys or like the Joe Rogan types, have that. Dana sometimes has it. It's like, and maybe it's because Hiller doesn't drink either.
Yeah. Ugh.
But I see a lot of these people who are red. Yeah, Kate Kuhawa. I don't think this woman understands what feminism is. Here's the thing. To give up, to think that it's somehow better to get a job than raise your kids is out of your fucking mind. Like you've been so fucking duped. You're a fucking retard. There's nothing better than raising your kids. That's objective truth. That's the first. That is a truth.
It's not your truth.
Kate's next comment wants to know who could hold their breath longer, you or I.
If I have something in my mouth, I could probably hold it forever.
Do you believe what she said? Do you think that the whole feminine movement is a way to separate children from their parents? So that
I don't know.
they have more influence. Because
I don't know if it is, but that's what it's doing. I don't know if I honestly can't think that someone's like, okay, let's separate women from their kids and get more tax money. I don't think the world thinks like that. I don't think anyone thinks like that. They do.
I think they do.
But I just think that things just happen because people are idiots.
I think that's also true. Combination of the
two. Hiller's a good dude.
Well, what about in terms of all the different stuff that they have for single mothers, like the incentive to where if you're a single mother, you get more support for the government? Wouldn't that have a stronger pull on?
I think that it's meant. I seriously can't believe that someone would be that fucking horrible. I think that people just don't know what good is. I think people think that they're helping women by doing this when really they're just destroying the family unit. They don't. It's the same thing with COVID, dude. They thought that they were. I think that some people really thought that they were helping people by putting out this vaccine.
Well, I don't deny that, but I think too I don't know if those exact things as far as like feminism or giving women equal rights or pay or whatever the subject might be pulls away from the family unit in totality like that. Like I think that's kind of a roundabout way to do it because you still have a choice. Like you still have a choice to stay home with your kids. Right. Like the women still have a choice to raise their children.
Yeah,
over
but people
a career.
take the path of least resistance, right? I want to break up. Haley wants to divorce me because the government will give her a check.
Well, so that's what I said earlier. The incentive that they place on single mothers, the government gives more. If you have 2 kids and you're single, you're going to get more money. If that same woman now marries a man, her income is going to go down. So there's zero incentive for her to actually get married for support for that family. So that's why I was saying I don't necessarily think that the feminism movement is separating the family unit. I would say look into the incentives that those welfare states are actually placing. Because if you had
it's hidden in the feminism movement, isn't it? It's kind of lumped up in there.
I mean, so you could make that argument, but I wouldn't draw the straight line like that video that we just did. I think there's other things that would prove that argument a little bit more, because at the end of the day, you know, there's not a ton of incentive placed on the choice. Like if I go, okay, now that's right, I'm a empowered woman, I'm going to go, you know, focus on my career. That's kind of a choice that you're making. Therefore, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of lost.
Listen to what this guy says. He takes it to the extreme, which I like. Hitler didn't wake up one day thinking he was going to be an example of evil in the world. He truly believed he was doing something good. I agree.
Yeah, every prisoner in jail is innocent, right? They all have an excuse or justification.
Damn. Sousa's definitely, whatever energy drink he's on, he's winning.
The guy on the bottom right is definitely the smartest guy here.
He's winning.
I'm sitting here, I'm like, nice, Sousa.
Fueled
nice.
by Paper Street Coffee.
Do you ever think that people just have too much time on their hands?
Yes.
That's kind of what I always comes down to for me.
Yeah, idle hands is the devil's playground. Like especially boys. Especially boys. I mean,
they just spend it all jerking off. What do you mean?
Well, good, some sort of release, but as long as are they walking in the room right now?
No.
But yeah, I mean, if you give like it's even when they start to become as the age of your boys, Sevan, like 5 or whatever, all the way up to like 22. If they're not busy, if you're not keeping something going and keeping them moving and keeping them busy, they're just going to get into trouble. I mean, anytime I think back on something that we did stupid as a group of kids, it's because we were just bored. You know, we're just hanging out down by the railroad tracks, throwing rocks at shit.
Yes,
Next thing you know, somebody throws a rock at a car, and then the game just escalates. And it's just because we were sitting there with nothing to do. And I think that the more that happens without having, you know, stuff for especially young men, the worse off it's going to be.
Yes. 100%. And my kids are literally kept busy from the second they wake up to the second they go to bed. And by kept busy, within that they're kept busy with free time too. Like but you cannot if you put young people in a place with no supervision and no direction and no schedule and no discipline, really bad shit will happen. I mean, with no intention of it being bad.
Yeah, think about the crimes that are happening in Oakland. A lot of those times, if you see like the armed robbery or different homicides that are happening, some of those kids are as young. There was one recently as young as 11. And they're just, you find them and there's one that's like 22 and then it's like 14, 16, 15. And those were the more dangerous ones. Like the little bit of time that I spent on the city in the Oakland, it's not the older groups of guys you got to watch, because by that time they might have, a kid, they have some sort of job. They may have already gone through the system. They don't want to deal with that anymore. But if you come across a group of 3 or 4 14-year-olds down on like 105th or something like that, avoid that group, because those kids are looking to earn their stripes. They're looking to prove themselves in the street. They have no long-term view, and it's dangerous when you get them with nothing to do.
On the other end of the spectrum of what I just said, which was, I think all of this is caused by too much free time. If you have no free time, I see a lack of imagination and nothing ever develops from anything or anybody. And some of the people I know with the most free time sometimes end up turning out to be the most successful.
You're right. Your free time is when you're walking the 5 miles to school. I give you, and I'm sure everyone here has 1,000 examples like this. But this is the thing: you go over to your friend's house, you spend the night. You guys are sitting around, and next thing you know, you're taking a tape. We would take it. I'll never forget this one night. We took a tape cassette. We pulled out all the tape, and then we strung it between 2 trash cans back and forth across the street, and then wait for a car to drive through and pull the 2 trash cans together on the side of someone's car. No, we never did it thinking we were doing anything wrong. No one's like, hey, we really want to fuck this dude's car up. We just want to see what happens. Yep. Just like I just want to hit a Monster Energy drink with a sledgehammer because I just want to see what happens. Yeah. That's it. I just want to see what happens. That's it. And so why not give your kids structure and discipline so that they have things that they can experiment with and do within the scope while their brain develops and they think of consequences. But boys will be boys. You don't think of consequences. Not if you're a healthy boy, you don't. You're a doer. And the one thing that helps slow that down significantly is accountability within the family unit. Because I remember when accountability within their family unit, meaning there's a mom or a dad or hopefully both inside there that will hold them accountable, because a lot of the times the stuff that I would think about, I was never worried about, oh, well, if I, get into this scuffle at school, or if I throw this, rock and break a window, I'm going to go to jail. Never thought about that. It was always, oh shit, my mom is going to be so upset. My dad is going to be so disappointed. So when you remove that accountability within the family and there's none there and they're seeking discipline, they want it, those kids are going to find it from somewhere else. And I know this to be true because my cousin has been in the system since 13 years old. He is now in San Quentin. He will never get out for the rest of his life. We can talk about that at a different time. But the biggest thing that was missing, he went in at 13?
13 for armed robbery after he witnessed a murder. Yeah. And I remember learning about that, but the thing is there was no accountability within that side of what was happening for him. And in fact, due to the functioning drug addicts that were at his disposal, he was being put up to actually steal stuff because they knew that he wouldn't get in trouble. So then the reward system became, well, if I do these bad things, I actually get the positive attention that I'm looking for. And so there was no discipline to be found, and it was found through the system. And now he's in that for forever. And that was the only difference between him and the other cousins and myself and everything else. There was just more accountability within our family.
I wonder what this looks like. Overscheduled kids are a problem too. I wonder what that looks like.
Is there a caller on?
Oh yeah, sorry, caller. Go ahead.
Oh shit.
I can hear
Hey, this is Vincent.
Vincent,
yeah.
hi.
Vincent, what's up, bud?
Hi. Not much. How you doing?
Good, man.
So just trying to combine a couple of things you guys are talking about. I mean, Jordan Peterson talks about making an area for kids to do dangerous things, because once you take it away, they find that there's more places to do dangerous things. And kind of what Susan was talking about, where, you go from throwing a rock, next thing you know, you're throwing them at a car, or what you guys talking about with driving down the road, lighting strings up. And then on top of that, kind of what Hiller was talking about was, Jocko Williams talks about, what is it? Can't remember the word now.
Creativity.
Structure equals freedom. No, structure equals freedom. So he talks about how he's a very structured life. I don't know if we could ever go to that part that he does it, but he's very structured in everything that he does, but it gives him a lot of freedom of what he wants to do. So even though it's very defined on what he's going to do, how he breaks his day up, he feels that it gives him a lot more freedom to do other things that he wants to do. So,
dude, go ahead.
And then I have to agree with you, Sevan, is I would love to quit working and spend all day with my kids, hanging out with them. So no one was agreeing with you on that one.
The discipline and structure my kids have, and I know it's hard to put Hiller here on the spot or Suzer. I saw Suzer. It's like how Australians talk. Just throwing R's in places. The way Hiller and Suzer taught or have seen, my kids have such crazy structure and discipline that they are so fucking free. It would blow your mind.
They're nuts.
Like I don't even have to basically watch them because they're so free because they know the fucking rules. Like when I go around town here and I shit you not, I go around town here in Newport on the boardwalk and I have put my 3 little boys on skateboards and everyone wants to stop and talk to us and they can't believe how far I let them go. They can't believe the independence these kids have. But the thing is it's because there's crazy structure and discipline and now they're free. They know the fucking rules. You don't put your hands on the fucking walls. Something bad's gonna happen. You're gonna end up doing burpees the rest of the day. You know the rules. You say, excuse me when you bump into someone. If you don't, then you fucking be doing burpees the rest of the day. And once they get down that structure,
he's gonna hit back.
Yeah, don't hit fucking hit. They want to fucking hit Hiller nonstop. They just see him and they just start throwing punches. It's crazy. Yeah, don't fucking hit Hiller. You got to make eye contact with the stranger before you him. Can't just hit him in the back. Those are the rules.
Punch him in the lower back one more time. You're gonna get an elbow.
Yeah.
So, because I raised my daughters, I have 2 daughters, and I raised them the same way to the point of like when I yell at them to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, not hitting somebody, that I have grown men stop in their track and are like, oh, is he yelling at me or not? But because of that, though, I don't have to worry about them. At the end of the day, when we go out in public, they are well behaved compared to everybody else. All I got to do is look at them and they know, oh, I better not do that anymore.
And they know they can always
that you gave them.
They always come to me because they know it's safe. I have control of the entire environment in their little brain, and so everything is always safe, and so they're free. They don't have to worry. I worry about the shit that's the stuff that they shouldn't have to worry about.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
So thanks for taking my call.
Yeah. Hey, Vincent. What's your last name?
Ramos.
What is it?
Ramos. Ramos.
Who are you named after? I don't know a lot of Vincents.
According to my dad, my mom's ex-boyfriend, but he says no.
Wow. Are your parents still together?
That's a joke. Yeah, they're still together. It's a joke. I have no idea where it comes from because it's not a Mexican name at all.
Well, it sounds like you have a cool dad.
So, yeah, he was.
All right.
So.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Hey.
Bye.
Thanks, Vincent.
I know a Vincent.
We met him at the
also
games.
A guy in a movie called Vincent.
We met him at the games.
Very good movie. We met Vincent at the games.
Yeah, he's the one that came up and gave us the money too.
That's Vincent.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
and Alexis.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, and he won the vest giveaway. Holy shit!
Oh yeah, when I was talking to the guys over at
all right, what are the odds all those things
happened? Did we send that vest? Did that Gabe let us know what we need to do? Make sure he gets his vest.
I think Gabe did all that. Did
he take care of it? Yeah, he probably did. He's a beast.
There are these kids. I don't know if they're kids, maybe they're adults, and they have this product called Full Send. And I came across. Are those the same as the Nelk Brothers? Are the Nelk Brothers the Full Send people the same people?
Correct.
Okay, so I know them because I watch UFC, and Dana White has embraced them and they built a relationship with them. And then they had a guy on there, Steve Will Do It. Is that?
Mm-hmm.
And
seems made up. Sounds made up.
And he got kicked off of
YouTube
recently, which is crazy. But anyway, they did a podcast with Donald Trump, which was really cool, and then it got pulled down, which is really weird. But they also did a podcast recently with Elon Musk. And
it was terrible.
It's pretty cool. You thought it was terrible?
I think Elon saved it because
Elon did save it. Elon did save it. Yes,
took and ran with it. But I thought their questions, especially Salem, what's I forget that guy's name.
The Ethiopian looking dude.
His questions were terrible. But Elon definitely saved that podcast.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I liked it, but they weren't good. It wasn't because
the little pieces that I listened to on the assault bike I like. But this is something I heard which was fascinating for so many reasons. And maybe we need Caleb to fact check this. Oh, look at Hiller's taking a pee break. He can't even wait 10 minutes till the show's over. 7 minutes. That we're in a massive population decline.
Yes. Yeah.
And that in Japan, Caleb's gonna love this. You ready, Caleb? You are gonna love this. In Japan, they sell more adult diapers than baby diapers, and that the only thing keeping the population up there is the length that people are living. So they're in a And hey, dude, you know what? You have to. When I was a kid, there was like supposedly by 2020 that the world was going to be overrun by human beings and we were going to be fucked. It was all over, like all the stuff we have now, scared about COVID and climate change and all that. It was all population shit when I was a kid, and just the story has changed. And now the population's in fucking free fall supposedly. It's crazy. I wish I would have done the math back then. You see people say this stuff. Sevan, you should have Elon on. I know I should have. Kate, I would love to have you on and Elon on at the same time. I would do it. Is there any way you can find that, Caleb, anywhere where they sell more diapers, adult diapers in Japan? I needed to. I felt bad, but I felt like I should fact check that one. Olivia, we can work remotely, and Amanda will reach you tomorrow. Hey, if you are in California and you can get close to Newport Beach, and I think you can do the blood work at their facilities, it's really nice.
It's awesome.
We're understating it. It's a very nice experience.
Did you not see that leather couch that I was sitting in?
Yeah, the whole thing was so cool and casual and
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on this one here. Maybe Caleb's pulling it up right now.
There are more adult diapers sold in Japan than baby diapers.
What?
That was 6 years ago, but
yeah,
I mean, wouldn't be surprised. I think Japan has like the oldest, like the most population of the oldest people or something like that.
Yeah, that's definitely been true for a while.
And China's population declined by 600,000 people last year. You saw the other article. They cut down 14 million trees in Scotland to build wind turbines.
How do you correlate these two things?
It's just more idiocy. So you mean where's the overlay? Why do
Between
I connect
adult diapers and trees?
Because when I was growing up, they were saying that the Earth's about to be overpopulated. And now by 2020, and now
I'd rather be dead than wear adult diapers.
Now population, not me. Now population is just in massive decline, and it's just idiot. It's just we trust what people say, but people aren't willing to do the simple math or just do 15 minutes to check the data themselves. These people cut down 40. It's the same idiocy. These are these same people who said the Earth's population was going to be too big for the Earth to hold. Are the same people who think it's smart to cut 14 million trees down to build wind turbines because it's better for the environment.
How many trees are there on the planet? We need a relativity number because this is your thing. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You always want to know how many trees that actually is. This
and how much I'm sure it is a drop in the bucket. But Scotland's small, and how much CO2. But there are some red flags there. If they want to, the word renewable energy, red flag, liar talk. Like everything's renewable on the planet. It's
you said that earlier, and I tried to think of something that wasn't renewable.
It's nothing. Yeah, it's woke buzzword. Even oil's being renewed underground as we speak.
Trying to think. All energy can be created nor destroyed, right?
I like that.
That Isaac Newton law of thermodynamics.
Yeah, that was Sousa supposed to say the smart shit, Hiller.
Yeah, I might be wrong though. So I'm the guy who can get things wrong and get hounded for it.
Like Tia.
Yeah, that's one of them. I'm open to being wrong about it.
Hey, I bet you just all we have is open source accounting. So every time the federal government or local government spend money, you could see where every penny goes, and I bet you things change radically and fast.
Look at that comment by Sarah Cox. You think you can make me bigger?
I know I could make you bigger.
Excuse me.
I have dumbbells and I have dumbbells in the kitchen. 261 truth. Can we get number 261 truth? Do we have a guest tomorrow? We need to do another one of these shows.
Thanks, Stephen Flores.
Yeah, but we got some open slots during next week.
Yeah, but he's leaving. Oh, he's leaving tomorrow anyway.
Yeah.
You thought about extending your stay?
Then tonight, the dating show live call. We'll see.
I would like to.
Yeah.
Say, hey Alexis, you want to go home by yourself? I know you got to work. I'll stay here. I can work from here. Actually, I've also got a client that I got to see. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to be back till Tuesday.
Send Alexis.
Get your ass. Oh, Alexis, I need you to go train this guy, please.
He won't be disappointed.
They know one another. I mean, it would at least be a good time.
Yeah. A good time.
Kygo needs me. That's my dog. Yeah. She swam yesterday for the first time without me. I missed it. It's like watching your kids' first steps. My dog swam and I missed it.
Oh.
Yeah. It's all good.
He is gonna have a kid.
I don't like
he is gonna
loop.
have a kid. Listen to the way he
Shut the
talks.
fuck up.
Hit play, please. Hit play. Truth. 261.
If someone says something that you hate, that does not make them hateful. The people who offend you with truth don't hate you. The people who comfort you with lies hate you. And if you prefer a lie to truth, you hate yourself. If someone says something that you hate, that does not make them.
So that wasn't very impactful on me just now. But there was some. I was probably sitting on the toilet somewhere, and I was like, "Yeah, that really moves me. I hate it when that happens."
So I was watching that. And I'm like, why did she have to make it so long? She said like 18 words.
She could have said it in 7. 259. Gerald Ford. Will a woman become a president? Go ahead, Susan.
I would just say most people lie to keep themselves comfortable, not the other person usually. Right? If you're like, hey, what'd you think of that? And I thought it sucked, but I just didn't want to hurt your feelings. So I make it comfortable for me, even though it doesn't really help you. I'm like, it was so good. And you're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, but really in my mind, I'm like, no, it was terrible. And I had all these like points of performance that I could give back to you, but I just don't. It's like when you're like the CrossFit coach and like someone kind of gets it right. And you're like, that was it. Perfect. Great job. And you're like, why'd you tell them that was it? And it was perfect. It's not. It might've been an incremental improvement, but you lied to them because you're just trying to make that interaction more pleasant for yourself.
I know you haven't seen the video I put up yesterday. You're not keeping up anymore.
No.
What you guys are talking about, what Susan just said
in
relation to giving people false hope or what did you say? Like false praise almost for doing things incorrectly. That I put up a video about like my final month as an owner at my affiliate. And I was trying to make a video and I just kind of put the camera up and I looked like dog shit. And the gist of it was it always depends, but you're always trying to lead people into the right direction.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff that I like really hound people for on the internet happens when you're in the competition. But I'm sure Susan can attest to this. When you're in the affiliate, you always want what's best for people. There's only so much you can do when people have their heads so screwed on one way. And you're always trying to have
I think the term is heads up their ass.
It's like, hey, get lower, get lower, get lower. You walk on over and they're like, my knees hurt, my back hurts, and I'm just trying to get a workout in. You're like, I'm going to come back to this again next week and see how your knees back and everything feels then.
And like Nicole Carroll said, you got to be a Jedi because you got to be able to influence them in that direction without using those terms. And then that way.
When did she say that?
It was at a L1 summit that I snuck into. No, I didn't sneak into it. They played summit. they clipped. It was from years back, and they played a clip of it. And I think her exact terms were like, "You guys are fucking Jedis," or something like that. But yeah, you have to coach positive. If I come over and I just say get lower, that's gonna have a negative reaction. But if I go, hey, on your wall balls, I noticed you'd be a little bit more efficient and your knees would probably hurt actually a little bit less if you just, as you sat down, and then you start coaching them on the direction that would help them get lower without actually using those terms. And then as they make progress in it, you continue to reward that progress. And as they sit lower, then you could circle back around and go, that's so awesome. Just by keeping your knees out and sitting your hips a little further back, you were actually able to break parallel, which is great because I know we talked about that before.
Wow, you sound like a coach. I'm going to choose to believe this. Nicole said she still loves you, Sevan. 259. Por favor. Gerald Ford. Crazy that this came out of a president's mouth.
Become president of the United States.
Well, I hope we do have a young lady at some point become president of the United States. I can tell you how I think it will happen, because it won't happen in the normal course of events. Either the Republican political party will nominate a man for president and a woman for vice president, and the woman and man will win. So you'll end up with a president, a male, a vice president, a female. And in that term of office of the president will die.
Would you give a young lady
Who's that?
wanting
Who's this guy?
He used to be the president of the United States. Gerald Ford.
Gerald Ford.
I don't know shit
about
fuck.
Fascinating. Let's just sit with that.
So you're saying he's not only the president but a prophet?
Just sit with. Well, I don't know.
I just think he knows the political game and how that moves and how you can move the chess pieces.
Two
same robots, different models.
What is truly marginalized people are Armenians. Those are the only marginalized people, not Black people, Native Americans, or anyone. I just want you to know. I don't know why I have that in my notes, but it's important for me to go. How should we end?
Also a pity party for someone.
Where do we got to be? We've got like 3 hours. Let's just stay on.
Let me address Javier's comment. He said, I just want you to tell me to go lower. The other stuff is manipulated. Javier, if you listen to the first part, Hiller said that, hey, you need to go lower. And then when it became a conflict, then you had to find a different approach. So we did do that approach first.
The point that I tried to make in the video I made was, let's say the workout, and I understand it's really not too much of a workout, is 100 air squats for time and you're done. People can do that in as quick as like 2 minutes. But let's say somebody came off of an all-night bender for something in relation to work, or maybe their kids, and they're in the affiliate. They showed up because they wanted to better their health. They want to be there better for their kids. They're doing it to live longer, be healthier, all that shit. And let's say you're the coach who's standing over them during the last dozen or so of those air squats, and you're screaming at them to go lower. Does that make you a better person, a better coach? I would argue the point is no. They just go lower, go lower, go lower. It's a 2-minute workout. They're doing 100 air squats, or it's better to like be there for them and like let them know that they're like, hey, go lower, go lower. At the end of the workout, you go, did you know those last 12 weren't low enough? Like, yeah, but I'm just happy to be here and I'll do it better next time. It's like you're always trying to like help them. Next time they do 100 air squats for time, they'll be going lower because maybe that's in the back of their head. The difference being is if you're that jackass who is in the gym doing 100 air squats for time, the last 12 or all 100 were shit, and they're like, hey, I did that in a minute 45. I beat everyone else by 15 seconds. Then you're a cocksucker, and then you need to be spoken to in a different way.
Exactly. Agreed.
But one of the best things that I ever spoke of, I spoke to a client at one point at the affiliate, a member of the affiliate, and I walked up to him like, hey, dude, you know that you're like cheating. It's driving people fucking nuts, right? And he goes, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And I was like, that's what you're going to say about that? I'm like, I don't really know how to let that process. But he just straight up goes, oh, yeah, I cheat all the fucking time. He doesn't put his scores into the computer. He shows up and he goes home. And then all of a sudden in my head, I'm like, oh, God, how do you approach this? Because he pays his membership. He's got a family. He's just there to work out.
You wipe his score off the board for starters.
He doesn't put his score into the computer. He doesn't give a fuck. He's just there to like, he's like, all right, this part was too much, so I'm done doing this and I'm going to go do that. And I'm like, you're driving other people nuts. And I'm like, how do I force this guy to do everything to make everyone else happy? And then the question is, it's like, is it about making the people who are paying so much attention to him happy? Or do you need to speak to these people who are like really paying attention to this guy who's literally just in there to like drive his ass in the ground and go home?
Yeah.
That's the nuts part about it. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And he wasn't really trying to bother anybody. He wouldn't even talk to anybody.
I'm in Irvine. I want to rep CEO Sevan Podcast at my next Deca Strong event in September. Is that a steroid? Like decabolic?
Deca, yeah. It gives you a limp dick.
A limp dick?
Deca dick. You never heard of that?
No.
Decadurablin is the
No.
And also it's good for your joints, and it makes it hard to get an erection because it's just a side effect of taking nandrolone.
Mike, shoot Souza or me a DM.
Souza, I want to know though, what's your take on everything I just said there? As the affiliate owner who has maybe gone through that same thing, the guy doing his own fucking, or female doing their own thing. People come up to you and they're like, this guy's cheating. Because in my instance, I was like, all right.
I would say this, and usually I get pretty philosophical. So the person complaining, I would say, hey, I understand that during the heat of the moment, it's frustrating, but in life, everybody's going to cheat. Everybody's going to steal. And so you're just working on your ability to callous your mind towards that. So if you're able to center yourself and continue to focus on your workout, know that you're there for yourself, what other people are doing around you shouldn't affect you that much, especially because you're not in a competition.
Because that's also what I did. As I said, leave that guy alone. He's not even bothering you. He's not even putting a score into the computer.
Yeah, like
he's only hurting himself.
If we agree upon something and we can agree upon standards that we compete for some sort of money or some sort of prize, or even if you're just doing it as we agreed to compete in this competition, you were cheating, that's a different conversation. But if they're just going to sell it short in the gym and they're like, hey, that's what I do and I shorten my reps, then my conversation would be more with the other person that it's bothering. And I would just say, hey, you're going to have to find different ways to kind of shut that out. And then I would still work on the person that was cheating. And I would try to say, hey, there's a certain stimulus that I'm prescribing to this workout. And then I would try to talk about the stimulus, the intent of the workout, and really double down on that. So then that way, hopefully that persuades them to go, oh, I do need to do all 21, 15, and 9 in order for this workout to really achieve the result that, I'm looking for as a programmer.
And the fucked up thing about this is that this individual is in great shape. And at a certain point in time, he got so driven insane by the people who were, being bothered that he just ended up working out by himself. He's like, I just want to do my own fucking thing.
Yeah. And then,
and like it continuously had the conversations that you said with him. Like, all right, everyone, they're harping on you again. Ended up getting a key to the gym and just working out on their own time. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't know if that's the route I wanted to go,
no,
but it is weird.
We have a saying that we talk about with our coaches all the time. We call it coach them up or coach them out. And that's
essentially what happened.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you're going to be in my affiliate and you're going to be under my roof and we're going to do things a certain way. And if you have a conflict with that, you're more than welcome to discuss it. And we could have a discussion about that. And if I still think that you're full of shit and you're just trying to like shortcut something, or you're not really adhering to some of the, for lack of better words, rules that we have in the affiliate, like we have a rule in the affiliate, like every workout has a time cap, right? So you know that when that workout's going to end, and no one's allowed to clean up until the time cap hits. And, the rule is that if you have somewhere to be, you could just let the coach know, and you're still going to finish what's inside the hour. But sometimes people finish early and they want to clean their stuff up, and we'll tell them, no, you cannot, just leave it here and the coach will do it. And usually the community just cleans their stuff up. And we've had people that have had some sort of issue with that. Well, I'm already done, I have to go, or I want to deadlift more weight, even though I can't keep my, midline stability. And that's just what it is. It's the conflict, and they either abide by your rules or they could go to 24-hour fitness and do whatever the fuck they want.
It goes back to what you want.
Right.
So do I want to
as Sousa or as the member?
As
the affiliate owner or the member?
Both. But I was good question. I was speaking from the affiliate owner. If I want to have Tia on, then I need to talk shit to Hiller and like defend her. If I like where am I willing to oh shit, I'm friends with Hiller and he said that about Tia and now it's gonna look bad on me and now athletes aren't gonna want to come on my show. So then it's that dance. But I think you just have to stick by your guns, especially if you don't have a fucking lot on the line. And I'll give you an example. My kid's tennis coach, and my kid takes tennis from this guy who's serious as a fucking heart attack. And he fucking told me, hey, your kid's reached a level to where he needs to be wearing clothes with pockets because he needs to always be able to put 2 balls in his pockets so that when he's serving, he can keep his rhythm. You make one bad serve, you need to be able to grab your second ball. You can't be going to chase one. You can't be asking for one. Part of tennis is always having 2 balls on you so that you can get in your rhythm if you have a bad serve. He says to me, you got to fucking bring your, you got to put shorts on your kids. If you don't, there'll be a penalty. I didn't put shorts on my kids in that class. He called me out in front of all the fucking kids and all the parents, and I had to run fucking suicide. The whole team had to run a suicide because of me, and I had to run it too. There's parents. I'm telling you, there's parents. Like, as much as we joke around, I'm like the fittest parent there by far. Even though their parents were triathletes, this would have fucking broken them.
That's fucking awesome.
And I ran that shit, and I guarantee you that there's parents that have been like, no fucking way I'm doing that, or fuck this guy, I'm never coming back again. So and guess what? My kid's always worn shorts to class now.
Problem solved.
And it fucking sucked. And I beat all the kids, thank God, but the teacher beat me. The teacher ran it too, and that fucker beat me.
Oh, he ran the punishment with you. That's cool.
So I mean, if you don't need all your clients, like if you want your gym to have a reputation, you say right in the beginning of fucking every single class, you give them lectures. Listen, you're all accountable for each other. We know which one of you is fucking cheating. We all see you who is not squatting deep enough. We all see you. Why are you doing that to us? Why are you the fucking weak link? Why can't you squat? Why can't you count right? Why are you cheating? Do you not want to be a part of this team? Or you could go the other way. Those of you who see people who aren't squatting low enough, why the fuck do you care? I mean, you could run that shit anyway. Why do you care if someone else's cheats? Be your own fucking person. That's a free lesson in accountability. I mean, you could run that shit any way you want, but
I need you to come start a class here at CFL one time with that.
I would have never thought of any of that, by the way. That was all inspired by you two. I just piggybacked.
I like that.
Just piggyback.
But you said it with much more emotion.
Yeah,
because I got to take a shit so fucking bad.
Like I was fired up.
Hey, we can carry it.
Just have my stretching class. If you don't want to fucking stretch for 5 minutes.
Do we have a caller on?
We do.
Oh, hi, caller. Sorry.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Good.
Great.
Yeah, so you guys were talking about that guy he wasn't putting out in the gym, right? I think that's one of the reasons why we go to CrossFit gyms is to push each other. And if there's someone there that's not doing the same amount of work, I don't think that we need that there. Similar to the Hiller's video on the COVID nonsense, during all the lockdown, all that stuff, whatever you had going on, I don't really think you talked about it fully in the video. But do we want those people that are in there in a mask and want to do all this nonsense just to work out? And also, what is that individual's motivation behind cheating the reps? I think it'd also be useful to exploit whatever he is doing so that you can motivate him maybe in a direction that could help. Thoughts on? Also, I want to see Hiller fight and do more dope videos.
Who do you want to see me fight and do more dope videos on? just so I don't have to guess on who I'm making content on.
You know, I like that you did the one on Tia.
I literally
like
just
Tia,
chose the two most recent champs, and I made videos on them. So if anyone wants to insinuate any deeper than that, that's the game.
I get it. You know, I was watching Tia in the games. Great content, by the way. It really made the games a lot better. And she's just a little too nice for me. I was rooting for her last year, but this year I kind of didn't want her to win for some reason. And then the video came out, and I just had a lot of questions. Before that video, I did not think she was doping at all. And now, like you guys were talking about last time, you put a gun to my head, I think she's doping.
That's the question. Gun to your head. What are you going to say?
And I'm going to say yes.
There you go.
Me.
I mean, that's your opinion as well. So someone's going to find you somewhere, and they're going to say that they're going to sue you for slander.
Probably. I don't care.
But your original question was in relation to the member in the affiliate. And I very much agree with Souza, which was you either coach him up or you coach him out. And very oddly enough, I attended an affiliate over the course of my time here. When I was at my affiliate, I programmed for it. I had a way that I wanted to go about it. I had ways that I wanted to run the classes. And one of my biggest pet peeves was when people didn't respect the person coaching the class. So let's say Souza has a coach running a class, and there's someone over in the corner causing a ruckus. And at my affiliate, it was like the jerk blocks typically. They were metal, and there would be Olympic weightlifters over there dumping weight on the jerk blocks and go boom, like explosions. And if that shit ever happened when a coach was speaking, that person was in fucking trouble. Like I would give them a look, and that person would just shit themselves. Or I gave the coaches every bit of authority to go over there and say, hey, knock it off. 2 seconds. All right. I'm almost done talking. And if there isn't like that level of a hierarchy where the coach is like at the top and the priority are the members and the class is the most important, then, and that's what Susie was saying. Like there's a system that you want. And if you let anyone creep in, like if you say you let someone do something that's disrespecting the coach, what's next? Like, what's the next thing that's going to disrespect a coach? Or and also this thing is like, hey, if someone's suggesting you put something into the programming and you implement it, like what else are they going to say? Like, hey, this is what I want at the affiliate. And I don't know if there's so much of a give or take, but there is something that needs to be done at the level of a affiliate owner, a Souza or myself in that. And you got to let everybody know, and you got to know that you're open to things, but there is always a best practice. And in the case of this guy who you're talking about, what ended up happening is what I think was best. He was doing his own thing and it wasn't bothering anybody anymore. But it only happens when you're ever so stern about your
got to hold it down. Yep. Got to put the standard in place.
I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. It kind of parallels what you guys were talking about with the kids. You got to set that box up so they can have that freedom, but also have the rules in place so they don't mess up too bad.
Great point. That's exactly the same thing.
If you got kids coming into the gym, they can't run the fuck around. They get in the middle of a class, like the kid's gonna get killed, or the clients or the members are gonna get fucking driven insane because of the yelling and the rambunctiousness. It's like the class is going, the kids stay over there. That's the kids area. You can yell as much as you want. If they get pissed, then it's on them. Like, why are they angry? The rules are the kids stay over there. Everyone's kids stay over there.
Yeah, so do you have to be mad at the person or the affiliate owner, just like you can't be mad at the kid or the parents? Because me, I look at the parents now. I say, man, that might be a really good kid, but those parents are messed up because they made them like that.
Well, you don't really put anything on top of anybody. I mean, it's just like this is what happens when you come into the affiliate. I mean, you want to bring your kids, cool. There's an area for them when the class is going on. They can't like run to the bathroom across the gym. They can't.
I think he's saying as a client, you got someone brings their jackass kids in there, and the kids are acting like jackasses. Is the other client? Are you mad at the parents, or are you mad at the affiliate owner? Like at that point, I think the affiliate owner needs to have the situational awareness to fucking slap the parents around.
It's always going to be the affiliate owner. Always.
I think I understood what you were saying.
Yeah, it's always on the affiliate owner.
I haven't. My wife's belonged to an affiliate for years, on and off, and same with my mom. And I can't remember if I ever belonged to. I don't think I ever belonged to an affiliate, but I've been to a shitload of fucking classes that I watched, and I've seen fucking the affiliate owners yell at like girls, like grown ass fucking women, professional women, like they're fucking little kids. Like, hey, you three, stop fucking talking, separate. Okay, you guys separate.
That's what you gotta do.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
it's like, I can't believe, and they do.
Yep. The biggest takeaway I had from the class.
These fucking a lawyer, a doctor, and a fucking accountant, these bitches all separate. Like they talk chatty Cathy's. Like they're like, and
the biggest takeaway I have from the class that I attended yesterday was that the coach was trying to brief the workout to everyone was there, and there were like 20 people there, and there was an assault bike that was being revved up.
Yesterday?
Yes. There was an assault bike that was like every 10 seconds, and the coach would look over like, okay, I'll talk again. And then like it was some sort of a sprint thing. I wanted to fucking murder that person. Not the person on the assault bike, like the coach. Like, where's the affiliate owner? Who's like putting the rules into place for like everything going on here? Like the members are just like now like twiddling their thumbs, like, okay, what's going on? And then the coach like didn't feel as if they had the balls to like go over there, and then the person on the bike was just like doing their own thing as they don't know the rules, and it was nuts.
I take the whole class over there and surround the guy on the bike.
You think it's the guy on the bike's fault?
No, but just if I'm, I don't know.
I guess it sets the standard for the future.
I think it's the coach's fault too. But if
you
I'm
think
the
it's
coach,
the coach's fault, or you think it's the affiliate owner's fault because the coach didn't feel as if they could do anything about it?
Well,
I think.
The buck definitely stops with the owner.
Mm-hmm.
The buck definitely stops. But I say if I'm the coach, I go over there and we all get around that dude.
Susan, what do you do?
And we're just like, go. We start cheering him on.
Oh, you cheer him on.
Yeah, just start cheering him on.
I like that too. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. I like your route. Sevan, you should own an affiliate. This would be just rowdy. All right, you're done now. Okay, now we'll do our thing.
But no, that's all established during the orientation. That's all established during the on-ramp.
Okay.
I would get in trouble for discrimination because I pick my coaches just on how good looking they are.
So that's what we do. And then if somebody is on the bike, that's 100% on. Like, let's say somebody's just blatantly like either ignored it or wasn't paying attention or doesn't have enough situational awareness, and they're revving up the bike, then for sure their coach needs to go over there and be like, hey, stop, wait till I'm done with this, and then go. And we established that pretty. Like anything you're going to do that's going to be relatively noisy, you have to wait until the timer starts and the music comes up to do it in my gym. Like there's no real, there is open gym in some hours, but it's not something that's ongoing because the class always gets the priority. The members always get the priority, and anything comes as a minor disruption or the coach even perceives it as a minor disruption, they have the authority to go over there and just put an end to that completely until the class
everyone
is done.
knows it.
And everybody knows it.
Including the members.
That's right. And then Tony.
And that's put out by you.
Yes, correct. Very much so. All the time. Like the biggest thing that I spend the majority of my time on in the gym now, that majority of the coaches are coaching all the hours and I'm just down to about 6 a week, is just adhering the standard and protecting the culture. That's like all my time is being spent doing that now.
By the way, I want to make the distinction that it was not Red Wolf CrossFit that I'm talking about. Because I put up Red Wolf CrossFit the other day. That place was fucking awesome. Yeah.
So
take it. Yeah.
Tony had a question. He said, Susan, is it realistic or safe to have people to rush to a 1 rep max in 15 minutes? Okay, you have 15 minutes to 1 rep max. There's a lot to that question because number one, what lift are we talking about? So that, I mean, strict press, right? It's probably going to end a lot sooner than a deadlift 1 rep max. Also, too, what does the warm up look like before that clock is started? So if you come up to an empty barbell and you're not like sweaty, you haven't stretched everything out, you haven't worked your positions, you haven't held in static positions for a little bit to where everything is really like fired up, before they start that clock, then yeah, that is going to be an issue. You should probably spend more time warming that up. And we'll do stuff in my gym all the time where we have it on a 2-minute clock, and I'll tell people, hey, today's not your lifetime PR 1 rep max. You could build up a little bit of weight, you could find something heavy for the day, but we're not doing a 3 rep max deadlift today because the time doesn't allow it or the workout.
We'll do a heavy kind of deal or what?
Exactly. Yeah. So that's that question.
Caleb, I sent you something in private chat. I don't think you guys, people are going to hate me for this. I think if you're 64, you shouldn't be doing a 1 rep max. You personally.
Heavy, whatever.
Yeah, heavy, anything.
Seven, build to a heavy deadlift. You'll figure it out from there.
Hey,
there's got to be a different way to word it.
I say build to a heavy.
There's got to be. What do you say?
I always say build to a heavy.
Build to a heavy.
So I build to a heavy set of 3, 7. It doesn't say 3RM anywhere.
Yeah, I like that build to a heavy.
I always just push the ROI. What's the risk worth the reward here, right? So if the risk on you for whatever reason doing a really heavy deadlift in a certain time frame is high, well then weigh that against the reward you would get for pulling that off the floor.
Even going full throttle on the assault bike for me, if I can hurt myself. I can break something off. I have the ability. It's not because I'm a pussy, it's because I'm a badass. I have the ability to fucking hurt myself on the assault bike.
When's the last time you did a kettlebell swing?
Yeah, fuck that. If I do kettlebell swings, I need to start with like a 10-pound kettlebell.
And why? Because
I used to do the 2-pood and I would injure myself every time.
No ROI there.
No.
Fuck that.
No.
I'll do something else.
But I probably shouldn't run away from it. Well, I don't know. I took like 2.5 years off. I took a year off once from going shoulder to overhead with anything like more than 30 pounds because my shoulder hurt and it healed. And actually, my strict press didn't change at all from a year of not really going overhead. It was 145 max, and then I PR'd it again like a year and a half later, just like. But deadlifts, I didn't deadlift for fucking years.
Did that coincide with the kettlebell swing?
Probably all that shit.
The hinging pattern messed you up.
Just something in the lower back went out, and just too many.
It was always your lower back that went out.
Yep. And once I had kids, I was like, that can't happen again. Because when it went out, it was bad. It was like crawl to the bathroom and pee in the tub shit.
Did you see I took like an hour? I was like throwing your boys over the waves.
Yeah.
My lower back got a little bit spicy doing that.
Yeah.
It was just like a bend and twist. I was just putting them over waves for
an
hour.
You played with them for yesterday at the beach. You played with them crazy.
So yeah, I could see why your lower back wouldn't want to
fix my mic. What do you mean fix my mic?
And also,
shit, we lost.
Collar was on.
There's no dogs allowed at my gym. There's no dogs allowed at my affiliate.
Why? What do you got? What do you got there?
It's the same shit with the kids. I mean, and this is just my.
If I see a dog pee or poop in a gym, I will hate the owner. I'm fine with dogs until that happens, and then I hate the owner. So
I love dogs, but they don't belong in your affiliate. They don't belong tied up outside of your the bay door. So somebody new's coming in, they see their dog. It's not a fucking petting zoo. Get your dog. Your dog can stay at home for a fucking hour. Okay. It doesn't need to sit. Doesn't need to have a gym dog. Although Grace would love that if we had a gym dog. It doesn't need to be there and walking around and everything else. No, if it's a fucking professional gym and you want to hold a standard and you're going to put in these rules, you can't just have people fucking willy-nilly walking around with.
I got triggered. He said professional. I got triggered.
You could try to hold yourself to professional standard at the gym.
What if the dog's kept outside?
Yeah, so we've had people that have brought their dog and like kept it in like the car. We'll park it in the shade for whatever reason. That's fine. It's not inside the affiliate. I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't have in your car.
My thing with that is there's the hair, because there are people who are allergic to dog hair. And imagine being a member and you're like looking around, there's dog hair on the floor.
Yeah,
you're going to do burpees down there. That's not cool.
What if your dog bites a fucking kid? Whose responsibility is that? Exactly. So if you think I'm going to even take a risk for a second because you have to bring your dog to the gym, you don't have to bring your dog to your gym. You could leave that dog tied up outside for an hour and it's going to be fine.
And you know what, Jacob? It's kind of interesting. I wonder if you work out by yourself or an affiliate, but there's times where you just know that maybe you should push yourself harder for a minute. Like the other day I did, I couldn't, just out of the blue, I was really warm and sweaty and hot. And I did touch and go power cleans with 135 and I did 10. And I probably hadn't fucking done that in a fucking gazillion years, in 10 years, but it just felt right. But I'm in my own garage.
How sore were your traps?
Not
very.
No, not very, because I have a feeling that I'm gonna end up doing Grace here soon. So I've been fucking around with like 75 and 95 pounds a lot.
What's your best Grace time?
Not good.
Doesn't matter. I just asked what it was.
I know. Not good as I'm embarrassed. I want to say like 541.
you're gonna try and beat that. You've been training for it.
I don't know. If I can do it in 10 minutes, if I can do 3 a minute for 10 minutes, I'd be happy.
Under 10, you're gonna smoke 10. Come on,
Jesus.
Susan, what's your best?
I set the bar low.
Caleb, what's yours? I want to know.
I don't know. Mine's probably
Caleb's huge though.
Caleb's tall.
I think my best grace time is like it's sub 3 minutes. I think
sub 3.
Wow.
The last time I did grace was in that workout, Glenn.
Oh, I programmed that for next Saturday.
Have you done that before? Workout?
With the rope climbs and the mile run and the 100 burpees.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good one.
That's a great workout.
Yeah.
It starts with grace, right? And ends with the 100 burpees.
Correct.
That's a cool workout.
I think my grace time is the same as my I think I did a sub 6 minute 155 pound squat clean and jerk after the 2008 games.
That's the Graham Holberg special.
I think that was the workout, right? At the games.
Yeah.
I think that was like, I think that was just a little, I think I did that in Montana one year and I got just a little bit worse than my grace, which was kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. 155?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one you should repeat.
No, that will fucking break me.
The thing that I really wanted to see at the games this year was the 225 grace. That would have been awesome. And the thing that for is like
it's nuts.
225 grace is just wild to me. Like I know some people who can do that thing in 5 minutes that can't do anything else anywhere close. Like the fitness level for that just happens to be there, and everything else is nowhere near. Like their 2K row time is 8 minutes as a male, but they can do grace at 225 in 5. And it's like, how the fuck do you do that? They can't do chest to bar pull-ups, kipping butterfly, but they can do grace at 225 in 5 minutes.
Really? Those people exist?
Yeah. It blew my mind. And I was over there trying to I was really trying to
That's
get
why
it under
CrossFit's so cool.
Under 7 minutes. But it was just like.
That's why CrossFit's so cool, because there's that mix.
Everybody has their workout.
Some people can't do single unders.
In my affiliate in particular, there were so many specialist people, and then with my thing, I was like, all right, I'm gonna try and beat this member at this thing, beat this member at this thing, and there's this one guy I could not fucking ever get at 225 grace.
What's your grace time for? Can you beat this grace time? This guy, Calzone Joyner, Mr. Pizza,
We're gonna need a video of that.
My best grace is 130.
Pretty sure Dan Bailey did it in like a minute, sub 1 time. He did like 59 seconds.
You did a 115, huh?
I've done 3 graces ever unbroken.
I don't believe this for a second. Wow. You did. That's unbroken. Yeah, I guess that has to be unbroken.
That's nuts. Yeah.
That's touch and go, huh?
Yeah.
Are you snatching?
No.
It's
like that weird pull under where you kind of yank into your shoulders and it no longer looks like a clean and jerk, but.
You could snatch it for grace, can't you?
No, that changes it to
shoulder at least a little
I
bit.
thought it was just basically anyway shoulder to. Well, Dan's wasn't a Dan didn't pause it a shoulder, did he? In that 1 minute?
Yeah, you have to. If you go straight from the floor to overhead, that's a snatch. It changes the movement, changes the work.
And that's Isabel.
I think the first time I saw
well, then the original grace was a squat clean too.
There's no Nick Block.
Yeah, James Hobart just posted about it. He did grace at 135 squat clean and jerk.
John Clark's got a 225 grace under 5, but can't do chest to bar pull-ups consecutively. I think that's what he's getting at there. So how many Isabels have you guys seen under a minute?
I think my first grace was 740, and I got it down to 545.
And now you're gonna do it again when? 2 weeks from now?
No, fuck no. I'm not gonna lift weights for 2 weeks. I'm losing weight right now too. Ever since that girl called me fat a couple of days ago. Thanks for standing up for my honor.
Yeah, I was like, come on, man. What do you mean? And then you did one of these, and it looked good.
I've been starving myself ever since she called me fat.
He literally didn't eat yesterday.
I didn't.
He's not kidding. We sat at lunch, and he didn't touch a fucking thing.
Oh my goodness.
And it was good.
That's not good for you.
What? Starving myself? I fast it was my fasting day. It's because we're going to the yacht club today. Now listen, when I tell you we're going to the yacht club today, I say that with zero humility.
What is
That's like I'm going to the fucking yacht club, and if you guys feel bad, I'm happy. Like you guys holy fuck, I wish I was Sevan.
What is it? That doesn't mean they feel bad.
Well, whatever. I just want them to think I'm telling you that because I'm fucking going to the yacht club, and it's fucking dope. I'm gonna go there with Hiller. Yes, there's like pools everywhere. There's yachts. There'll be a little Duffy, and Hiller and I will go out into it. Yes.
Someone goes, "Is Hiller at Sevan's house?"
Yeah, and we'll be there, and we'll go, and my kids will be there, and Hunter will be there, and we'll just be like shirts off, and just like we'll feel so cool. I'll feel so. I mean, I feel cool all the time anyway, but this is gonna be extra. I don't know if it's the Balboa Bay Club. No, is it? But it's. I went last time. The California Hormones lady took us there, and it was cool.
She's cool. She's so cool. Smart, by the way. I don't know if you had this when you went through, or Susan, when you went through the facility. It's like her knowledge on everything was awesome.
But her one problem is she thinks you're smart too.
Oh, I'm an idiot. the joke.
She told me that you're smart. I was like, what?
Depends on what you're talking to me about, because I'm in the garage and it's like, oh, what's this? We showed up to the place we were staying at and there were people in it. And I go, Alexis, I think there's people in the place that we're supposed to be staying at. And she goes, it's 2 levels. Like, we're going up there. I go, what do you mean? They do that here? She goes, you need to get out of the garage more. Like, this is standard practice when you go to, and I go, I don't know fucking anything other than the things that I know.
Hey, listen, he does look like a gay nanny, doesn't he? You don't even know how, like, this guy's pristine. Wait till you see him in person someday.
Wait till you see my butthole.
Yeah. Ugh.
On my OnlyFans.
You've been hanging out with me way too much. You've been hanging out with me way. AsRx.
I want to say about all that. I'll pull up the AsRx thing. I don't remember.
No. Sorry, not AsRx. I just want to show not a butthole, but I want to show you all the new gear. And I heard it just arrived at my house, and I haven't had a chance to see it. But that's green,
cool.
Yeah, and that green sweatshirt's dope.
Wait a minute. Where is all this shit?
This is at Life is RX. This is like some crazy gear. Look at all that. Hey, so is that tank top? So they make women's tank tops, but not men's? I need to get Hiller.
Where do we get one of these? Yeah,
we need some stringers.
Come
on. Where's the stringers at?
What's so crazy is Hiller's so out of the Midwest 1980s. I wish he had hammer pants on.
I got some.
Hammer pants?
The Zubaz pants?
I like that maroon one.
What are they?
Zubaz? Or maybe it's Zumbaz. I got 2 pairs. I got green and pink.
I should have
brought them.
I can't wait to get one of these sweatshirts.
Ooh, the good black and gray is cool.
These are crazy, right?
They're kind of dope.
Wait a minute. You're still going? You're still scrolling?
Yeah.
Well, oh, wait. There's another page. Wait, hold on.
Yes. Let's see the other page. I will tell you this: being around Hiller does make me want to be healthier, more fit, and where are my wristbands? It's too hot for wristbands in Newport.
I got you.
And makes me want to wear tank tops.
Here,
thank you.
Oh,
that's a nice sweatshirt too.
I've worked out more here in the past couple of days than I have in about 5 months.
No shit.
Wow.
Well, you did. You had you basically did a gymnastics
I feel
class.
I'm so fucking sore.
You basically did a gymnastics class yesterday at the beach.
Yeah,
with the kids.
I told you that handstand hold that I did. It's the first time I've been upside down since before quarterfinals, and it was easier because the sand you could like grab it. Avi said I held it for 1 minute and 4 seconds. He was counting kind of fast though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Give me those bro reps.
You're good at counting. He was bro repping me. But yeah, I'm very sore. Everything hurts, and I'm dying.
279. This can't be real. Oh, we have to go. This show's 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Like I said, where we gotta be.
I'm gonna start getting
You've
ready.
Been talking this up all weekend.
To go to the yacht
club.
club.
Can't wait to do the show on Sunday morning.
Yacht club.
The yacht club's in 2 hours.
I know. I want to go out for a little bit.
How far away is it?
That's a good question.
You were there last time you were here.
I know, but I can't remember. Okay, let's see this. What is this?
Drunk.
Yeah, not drunk. Oh yeah, drunk.
Just let me know I'm still in the bed. You're on rest right now. Put your hands behind your back. Stop tasing. Get on the ground. Tase now, goddammit! I'm trying to get the taser.
Oh.
John, can you again? Ah, shit! I shot my fucking.
How many cameras is this?
Shoot me. Get the fuck down! Call for help on the radio show. Right now. Get the fuck off me, dog.
2 guys can't take down one little pinner, dude.
What's your takeaway?
My takeaway is this: if you're a cop and you're obese, you hate yourself and your family and your kids, and you should not be in the job.
California hormones,
I guess. Oh, Caleb, you're muted. You're muted.
and the community you work in. You don't give a shit about your community. You don't give a shit about your neighbors.
Yeah.
You just like fuck everybody. Yeah. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody. You don't deserve to be carrying a gun. You don't deserve to be carrying a taser. You're a piece of shit. That's fucking insane.
And your partners, the other cops.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
you
you're
got two guys that are trying to take down one guy who's like 110 pounds. Get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
You're
Fucking
liability.
100% a liability.
They you know what's interesting too is that it's crazy to me that with cops in the academy and stuff that they don't require at least a blue belt level of jiu-jitsu. Like just a basic knowledge of positions, pins, escapes, and understanding like that. Like you're right, it doesn't even need to be a blue belt, but I think that would be the appropriate level of time, like 2 years.
Some level of standard. But I mean, just you take a jiu-jitsu class once a week. And that's all it takes.
Yes.
Really
You have to show yes.
No, that's what I mean. But they should be required to do that throughout the whole entire academy. So that way, at the completion of that, and they're on the streets on their own, they have just about a blue belt level of knowledge.
Dude, I'm telling you,
they should continue with it, of course. But
the fucking bullshit combatives they teach people in the military and law enforcement it's nonsense. None of it works. It's stuff that was put in place 20 years ago. Somebody's like,
hey, where you're deployed, can you take jiu-jitsu? Where you're deployed, can you take jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, we've got some guys that do jiu-jitsu out here.
That's cool.
I mean, people just get together and roll around.
I think Avi choked me out the other day. I went out.
He choked you pretty good.
He's got a good choke, doesn't he?
Died.
Yeah,
did he get you?
They practice on Sousa's neck too.
What we're taking away from this is that Sevan's kids were better at fighting than these two police officers.
Yes,
that is some
much better shape, but they also would have been able to take this fucking guy out for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, they climbed that guy like a tree and choke him out.
That's what they did. They were like, they curled up my back, and then they choked me out. I went down. I was like, oh. Alexis goes, you turned purple. And I got these broken capillaries around my eyeballs from when they did
they
it.
got you.
Oh, you didn't tap? I just tapped.
He tapped. Those idiots fucking need to be slapped around.
Yeah.
281, Hunter spotter wearing a mask. I wonder what this is. 281. Hunter. I hope it's about Hunter McIntyre. I hope it's something making fun of him.
They teach shrimping.
Hunter spotter wearing a mask. Let's see this. Oh, jeez.
No rep.
Oh, gee. It is Hunter McIntyre.
Seal row.
Oh, my goodness. No wonder this guy sucks at CrossFit. Look at him.
How much was he benching?
What kind of lift was that?
Why the fuck is your spotter spreading the message of fear?
Hunter.
And he's got Crocs on.
No rep.
His spotter looks like Sean Rocket, the surgeon from the games.
Why is he wearing Crocs? Did you say that, Sousa? I'm like, this is in the back of my head. Where did it come from? I feel like I just heard it somewhere. I'm so focused on his everything else.
He touched the bar too, doesn't he?
That's what I was saying, Caleb. Yeah.
Yep.
283. Who's better, Jordan or LeBron?
Better looking?
Yes. Who's better looking? Jordan or LeBron? You have an opinion on that?
Jordan.
He is. Okay, good.
Are you out of your mind?
You're an older man.
I don't know. People my age that are like, George. I'm like, dude, you were fucking 6 when they were winning championships. You don't know fucking anything about it.
You smash 4. You go to a girl's house 6 times. You smash her 6 times. Here's the fucking goat. That makes sense. Yeah. Like I actually understand that more. I mean, that's what I mean, dude. It's not even a debate. Jordan or LeBron? Say, okay, you go to a girl's house 10 times. You smash 4. You go to a girl's house 6 times. You smash her 6 times. Here's the fucking goat. That makes
frat logic.
Yeah, logic. It's infallible.
It's mansplaining.
282. Why does he put fingers in her ass? 282. Uh-oh. I heard Susie clear his throat. He's like, I gotta go.
You know what I take away from that little video is that they wasted 6 opportunities there.
Yeah,
it sounds like you wasted money on dinner and you had to pick her up and you sat around, you watched TV, and
that's
it was
what
like
LeBron
a whole
did.
waste of a night. You could have been doing literally anything else.
Yes. Here we go. Wow. This is gonna be crass.
From the back, beating my shit in. I asked you why I feel like that. You said feel like when I tell you meat to meat. You said you took the rubber off. So I'm throwing it back even harder. You tell me you about the nut, so I'm throwing it back even harder. You got the one hand on the neck, one thumb in ass, hitting my shit, beating it the fuck in. Now you nut. You leave the money on the dresser for plan B. 2 days later, you calling my phone asking me, did I take what? I left the money on the dresser for the plan what? You told me to go get my nails done, babe. That's what I heard you say. You hit it from the back.
Why does he have a thumb in her ass?
Some people are into that, dude.
What's that?
That's
I don't know if that's the takeaway, but
Plan B. Nope.
I don't know if that's the takeaway, but
Caleb's got it. It was
No
a
Plan B.
promotional No Plan B video.
okay, fine. I just
Get your nails done instead.
there's no reason to put your finger in anyone's ass. Just be cool.
I started wrestling in high school, and I remember they do a nail check. And
It's like putting syrup on your cake. It's gross. Sorry, go ahead.
syrup
What?
on your cake.
I know, it just doesn't make sense, right? Yeah.
Like a birthday cake.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. Right.
In wrestling, they give you a nail check, and I remember when I was a freshman, I put my hands out like this, and everyone made fun of me because that's how you would show your nails if you were at a salon.
Yeah.
Like, you got to show your nails like this. And I just had a little bit of a flashback.
Yeah.
Nail check.
Like
like a freaking claw.
what if you have long nails like this?
What is that?
your coke nail?
That means you do cocaine, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Coke scooper.
I just trimmed them too.
I follow this page after my car got stolen about just car thefts in the Chicagoland area, and I tried to keep up with it. And there's this guy who's showing a catalytic converter. Or maybe there was some other piece of technology that sits in the engine, and he's got like 4 of them. And there's this giant long nail, and all the comments are about how the guy who's stealing these things from these cars is also doing cocaine.
Let me tell you, the Coke nails, no. Coke spoon, no. This is
Ear pick.
Yeah, exactly. It's for taking stuff out of my body, picking my nose and my ear, not for putting stuff in.
It's a tool.
For getting the crabs out of
everything the
your
human body has is a tool.
Yes, excavator.
You were the one who said that thing about the pigs yesterday, no? Put a pig in the wild, they grow hair and tusks.
No, someone did tell us that. That was amazing.
Uh-huh.
I didn't believe
It
it.
could be 30 years in captivity. How old do pigs get to be? That's the first thing we should have seen.
Yeah.
Pigs that old?
Wow, you are smart.
I just listen, homie.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
I'm a sponge. But yeah, 30 years in captivity, a pig will like get all naked, like the ones you see at Wilbur, that pig in the freaking movie, and then you put it in captivity and it grows husks because it's got to protect itself from the elements.
Wow.
It's like a chameleon.
Someone told us yesterday that if you have a pig, did you just tell the story? No,
You can
didn't.
tell it better. I'm
Okay.
not a good storyteller.
Someone just told us if you have a pig and you keep it domesticated at your house, it won't grow hair. The second you release it out into the wild, even if it's been domesticated for 30 years, it'll start growing hair and tusks.
It gets cold. And it's
I don't
in danger.
believe that. I don't believe that for a second.
You ever seen the movie Pig with Nicolas Cage?
No. Oh, maybe I have. Or is it one of his new ones? I've seen all his new shit, and it's
Yep.
just
It's profound.
he's made 3 of the dumbest movies in a row recently.
Willy's Wonderland is epic.
Is that
So
the one
shut
with the
fuck
horror
up.
movie one?
And then the
Oh.
massive.
I can't
talent
believe you
movie.
haven't done drugs. You like movies that like fucking people who have like gone deep into LSD.
That's about as deep as I get. It's like I touch on it, but I can also never look at it ever again.
My favorite superhero is Catwoman. You're right. 294. Joe Rogan is stupid. Uh-oh. I get nervous making fun of Joe sometimes. 294. Joe Rogan is stupid. Let's hear this. This is gonna be a tough one.
Did you see that Liver King video the other day? Holy shit!
About
Joe Rogan.
No,
that's good. You
Is
should
it-
pull that up.
The
That
Liver
should be the
King
last
made
thing
it.
we
The
look.
Liver King made it. Okay, let's watch. Okay, let's,
If we could pull that video up, but I'm not telling you to do something. But if you
yeah,
want
you
to,
are.
it's
We'll
good.
do it. We'll do it after this. We'll finish on that note.
100 miles in the ocean, 100 miles. How much curvature should there be? You know,
I don't care.
It's about 6,000 feet. It's about 6,000 feet of curvature. So you should
is
not
that
be
how
able to
far
see.
you could see?
See 100 miles away from the ocean.
Says who, Eddie? You didn't go to school for this stuff. These people
I
that are talking
understand.
to you.
Did I
But
research
these
this all the time?
No, but you're
I
hearing.
researched-
You're hearing.
A lot.
But you know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is that at 100 miles, there should be 6,000 feet of curvature. You don't even understand what that means.
I don't.
I understand what that means. If we live on a ball, that at every 100 miles, there should be 6,000 feet of curvature. There's a formula for it. But when you look, there's Navy ships that can target other Navy ships with lasers 100 miles away. It would be impossible if there was a 6,000 foot curvature of water. Impossible. They take pictures of their target. Pictures at 100 miles. There's no curvature. It's flat. There should be 6,000 feet
They
of
take
curvature.
pictures with what, Eddie? This is not your area of expertise. This is one of the reasons why I get crazy about this.
Dude, I look into this
But
all the time.
But just because you read something that someone says,
But I know that you
or
can't dispute what I just said. You can't dispute what I just
pause this
said.
one second.
I bet you can.
So what
I
I'm
bet I
telling
didn't go to school for it, so I don't.
Will you pause this 1 second? So here's what's going on. This is Eddie Bravo, and he's a flat earther, and this is Joe Rogan, who's a retard, and they're arguing about what would define the Earth as being flat or not. And instead of Joe's obviously not listening to him because he knows it's fucking ridiculous that the Earth is flat.
I'm listening.
But you could have easily, Caleb, do you know what it is by any chance? Can you look at it? What is the curvature of the Earth every 100 miles? I think it's like 15. No, I think
it's 6,000.
No, yeah, he's wrong. I think it's 15 feet for every 5 miles. So basically, when you look out into the ocean and the curvature every 5 miles distance into the horizon, the Earth is basically curving downward 15 feet. I think that's what it is. So meaning if there was a boat that was only 15 feet high, once it's 5 miles out, you wouldn't see it anymore. This guy has some fucking ridiculous. I mean, he's crazy for thinking the Earth is flat anyway. But the fact that Joe Rogan is saying, listen to the fucking, you're not a fucking expert. That's all I'm hearing. Like, you're not a fucking expert. Joe, you fucking endorsed Bernie Sanders, you retard.
You always bring it back here.
You believe it. You think it's okay just to start printing money and giving it away. I mean, it's printing money and giving it away, by the way, is how you maintain the plantation. That's how you keep slaves.
8 inches per mile.
So 8 inches per mile. Okay, so 5 miles is
direction a mile away.
So 5 miles is 2 feet.
Lost it probably like 10 feet ago.
8 inches per mile, right? So 5 miles is 40 inches, 3 feet. Did I do that math right? 8 inches per mile. 5 miles is 5 times 8. That's 40.
Divided by inches.
3.5 feet. Yeah, about 3.5 feet. That's all he had to say to Eddie. That's all he had to say.
He said 100 miles.
Yeah, it's still not going to be 600
100 by 8 is 800.
So 5 goes into 120 times, so it would be 20 times 3.5 feet. It's still only like 80 or 90 feet.
The boat would be gone.
It's not 6. Right, but an island wouldn't be. Like, we stare out at Catalina here off the coast of California, off the North American continent. I don't know how far it is, but you can see the island because how far out is it? 27 miles out. Yeah. Thank you, Jim Jordan, world famous photographer.
His example of the laser doesn't work anyway, because that's not how they do it.
Oh, how do they do it? Do they shoot it up off a satellite?
It's all triangulated.
Yeah. But the fact that Joe is saying it's because he's not an expert, it's idiot talk. Who is the fucking expert?
None of us, that's for sure.
The same thing you say about words being made up.
Was Fauci the fucking expert on immunology? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, that's all I had to say about that.
No, you said something about Liver King.
Liver King. I mean, did you guys find that video? Liver King put it up like yesterday or 2 days ago.
Do you have it, Caleb?
Yeah, I got it.
I saw it on the thing, on the Instagram.
Sevan's gonna love this. It wraps up.
What up, tribal? It is time to put the rumors to rest. I just got my blood work done, and the doc is on his way to give me the results. Okay, Liver King. Show him. Don't tell him, Doc.
It's like he's in a porno.
Okay. We did find something unusual about your blood. Aha! I knew it! Primal!
The Liver King thing drives me nuts.
What do you think?
That's literally
what I
think.
I think Joe. I'm projecting onto Joe, but I think Joe. I think he likes the Liver King.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he's driving him nuts means when someone's driving me nuts, like I kind of like them.
You think I agree.
It's driving me nuts that I can't get an interview with Tia. Yeah, I kind of like her.
Kind of like her.
Yeah.
I know, and Shane was on the Coffee Pods and Wads.
Yeah, I like Shane too. I'll take Shane.
The first comment in there is.
But if I have them on, I'm going to assume that I can never get them on again, and I'm going to ask some crazy shit.
Who?
Tia and Shane.
Like
Fair
what?
enough.
I just want to know about them boning. I want to know about them boning. A little bit. I need to know some.
That's all anyone wants to know.
I want to know some about it. I need to know some.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, just trying to get on Joe Rogan.
Dude,
man.
if I had a Lamborghini, what would be one of the questions you would ask me?
What's the fastest you've ever gone in it?
Thank you. If you're dating Tia Toomey,
I was gonna ask what you do for a living.
Yeah. No, that too. You're good. You're good, Susan. But me and Hill are more like I'm on Hill. Yeah. How fast does it go?
We did not plan that. That's good.
Yeah. How good does Tia go? Like, I would love to ask Hillary Froning, how good does Froning go?
And then if the answer were anything under 100, you'd be like, why the fuck do you even have it then?
Yeah. Right.
Sometimes it takes the driver.
You ever bring that thing to the track?
Yeah. Right. Hey, when that car retires, you gonna start up an OnlyFans page?
If you really want to milk that car for all it's worth, get that car on OnlyFans page.
I like the Liver King. The only dumb thing about the Liver King is that she should be, all those products should be sponsoring the fuck out of this show.
The Liver King.
Yeah. He sponsored one of our shows, which was really generous of him. I just reached out to him and he just hooked me up.
And you haven't asked since, or what?
I have asked since.
You've had him on your show. That was a great show.
Thank you.
Thank you. And what I think he's trying to do there is I think he's trying to get on Rogan. And I think he's poking.
Oh, they're dancing. Yeah.
We know what that's like. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to build it up as much as possible.
Me and Hiller danced.
That's going to be the biggest Rogan show of all time.
When Liver King goes on there?
I'm lying. Elon Musk can't be topped, but
yeah, I was gonna say I think Elon.
He's had a handful of other guests.
What do you mean? What happened to my arms? Oh, I have them behind my. You mean like this?
See, when you do stuff
like
that
guy
that's
that texted me with a knife in his foot.
Okay. Andrew Hiller, thanks for coming on live. Matt Souza, I'm sorry you had to feel horrible about yourself for 2 hours and 25 minutes because you're stuck in Livermore, California. And Caleb, I don't know what the fuck to say to you.
I feel more horrible about myself that I don't get to play at the boys and that I have to listen to Hiller playing with him.
Yeah, stay safe, everyone.
I send him voice notes every night.
Tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., we have someone on that I know I need to prepare for that I haven't. Oh, Blaine Barber, former professional golfer. I don't know if it's public yet. I think he just retired. He has 5 kids, CrossFitter. Don't know much about him, but I'm excited to get to know him. He's been just one of my homies. I'm in the DMs for a while. I'm always interested in to meet people who've taken their craft to the highest level. So we'll get to hang out with him tomorrow. And I'll talk to you guys soon.